Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever. It is Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. Welcome to day one of rehearsals of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024. And I am excited but also very tired because those who don't know, I'm currently in beautiful California and it is 5 in the morning. It's early and I didn't go to bed until midnight. So actually later than that, 12:30, I want to say. So I'm tired. I got my coffee ready to make this happen. So I hope you're having a good day. As pointed out, this is day one of the rehearsals where we talked about rehearsals. The first group, meaning the first half of semifinal one, is rehearsing today. This is basically already halfway through the rehearsal day. Half the countries, 4 of them have already rehearsed, and 3 more countries are about to take the stage and impress us, hopefully us with their staging. So I will talk to you all in just a moment. As a reminder, today the press will not have access to the rehearsals. It's individual rehearsal periods. So we only get some of the information that is provided to us via the live blog and some pictures. And then eventually TikTok videos will be made available as well. So we didn't know quite when to be online today because we don't know when the TikTok videos will come up and all of that stuff. And as it turns out, none of the TikTok videos are up just yet. But that is okay. We'll be waiting. We're going to be here and we talk you all through. We're going to catch up to what we've missed so far. And then we're going to enjoy the rest together. How does that sound? So I want to also just say hi to lots of people in the chat. I see you all already saying that there is Doris is there, Ela says hi, Eves, Melissa, Susanna. Thank you so much for also joining us. As said, we still have a whole lot to talk about, and I would love to hear your questions as well. Now, how's it going to work? Today is, of course, a little bit of a guessing game in terms of what time to be online because we didn't know how quickly Eurovision would be updating the information. And as anticipated, because, this is not my first rodeo, they're still pretty far behind in terms of actual video content, but more on that later. And throughout the day, I will have my team join me as well on live stream. So it's not just going to be me talking all day. Unless they're all not showing up, that would be highly embarrassing. But other than that, we should have people join me here on the live stream shortly. I just have to always keep checking. And we'll go from there. So, as pointed out, we have a little bit of content available, and we are going to talk this through. And as always, if you have questions in the chat at ESC United so that I can see them, and of course, I will put them on screen when possible. And thank you for the mods helping me out where we going through that stuff. So, while we're looking at it, I think we should talk about what has happened so far. As pointed out, the first few countries have already rehearsed. As you know, Cyprus was the first country to take the stage, then Serbia, then Lithuania, and Ireland. Now that the lunch break's almost over, the 5 remaining countries still that are supposed to rehearse today will take that beautiful stage. And those countries are Ukraine, Poland, and Croatia. So some big hitters there. So first, some of the questions, okay, so who will be on site in Malmo from ESU 19? We have a bunch of people that are going there just cause, and then we have a bunch of accredited people there as well. You know them. Melanie is there. Gabe will be there. Roy is going to be there. David, you may have met him in the past as well, is going to be there, and a bunch of others who will, Alistair, and et cetera, et cetera. So there were plenty of people to cover it on site. So don't you worry. So I need a sip of coffee just to make sure I'm not falling asleep. and then we'll talk this through. So before we go further into all the discussions, I need to catch up myself because again, I was asleep because I need to get at least a few hours of sleep to get a little bit an update on what has happened so far this day. So as said, Cyprus was the first country to take the stage. Celia Kapsis with the song "Liar" is going to open the entire show in 24. That's always a pretty cool thing to do, but also a little bit more pressure. Am I right? So let's talk. Let me read through what the live blog has said so far. Um, the rehearsal. So she'll be opening the first time of La 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 La. She's only 17, but owning the stage like performing a huge arena is a walk in the park. The gold lame costume from the official video has been replaced with trousers and a crop top in sparkly white with four male backing dancers in cargo pants and baggy white t-shirts. No stage props, but lots of swirly green and red graphics on the LED backdrop and floor. Fans of Celia's dancing will be happy to hear that this performance has high energy routine and a huge dance break before the bridge into the final chorus, just as the kind of upbeat number we need to get the party started on May 7th. Also would like to mention that the dancers pull their shirts off in the final chorus as you do at Eurovision. Sorry, not to mention that sooner we were looking the other way. Why? So that is basically what they've said so far, and I will share with you the picture in just a moment. But based on the description here, that is all we have. It seems a little bit more of a what I call it strip back now, but certainly a slightly less visual um, feast, I guess. They're sticking to the concept of dancers, singers, and that's it. So, where are you, sunshine? There you go. So, as you can see, this is Cyprus, the rehearsal picture. Let me zoom in a little. Ta-da! So, not very telling, but based on the description, that is exactly what expected. No props, shirtless dancers. There are four of them, and the backdrop, the colors as anticipated. It is based on my observation, very Cyprus, right? The staging, the concept. Cyprus always sends these female banger hits with like the four dancers and then that's their thing. And that is exactly what I'm seeing here right now. So I cannot say that anything of this is really surprising me. The song to me is good. It's fun. It's kind of very Eurovision-y. And so that's a plus, I guess. However, I need a little bit something to make this stand out. And only a dance break maybe not necessarily the best thing to do. But I'm withholding my judgment here. So give me a second here. Somebody's trying to join my team, but I'm just getting a black screen. So I'm just messaging them real quick. So I'd love to hear what y'all all thinking, and if you had different say about. And some of these people are saying there are more pictures on the Instagram account, which is really annoying because how many more websites do we have to have up? I have TikTok up, I have Reddit up, I have everything up. And now they want me to have also Instagram up. Jesus Christ, people. Well, and I don't really use um, Instagram a whole lot. So I'm going to their webpage right now there as well. So give me 1 second. For some reason, music is playing on my earset here. Let me turn that off. So, oh, there is Alexandros. Give me 1 second. I got to bring him in. Hi there. Can you hear me? Give me 1 second. I cannot hear you, but that could be on my end because I have music playing in my ear. Aha, I turned it off. Can you hear me? Okay, so I cannot hear you, Alexander. Is anybody else can hear him? Or is it on my end? Just can you confirm for me? Because I've been having issues. I'm waiting for the chat. No, they cannot hear you either. So something with your sound on your end is not working. So keep trying. No stress. No stress. I know that feeling very well when you're trying to use this particular software for the very first time. Um, so I lost my train of thought. Oh, the pictures on Instagram. Blah, la, 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 la. So I see one picture here. Okay, so oh, you have to log into that silliness as well. Um, I don't use Instagram. Now I need to remember my login information. You guys are annoying. uh-huh. Please be the right password. Please be the right password. Please be the right password. Hang on, y'all. Oh my god, I guessed it right the first time. No way! But I click on save info because I will not remember that. So, yes, now I can click on the pictures at least. So the only picture I see here is this. Oh, that's how you do it. Aha. See, I don't use Instagram at all. So this is Cyprus' first rehearsal. A few more pictures. And you can see there's the blue lights. That's still, oh, the dancers look really young here. I mean, she's young. She's only, I keep forgetting she was born in 2006. It feels very junior Eurovision, does it? So there she is. Again, the pictures are pretty expected, I guess, based on you know. Oh, that's a pretty shot with the lights. But it's one of the most simplistic performances yet, in my view. As Alexander is still checking his sounds, no pressure. It's so I cannot hear you. No. I see you pointing. When you click on, where it says where it says mute the volume, you can click on it and you can select your input. So, oh yeah, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, so that is, I will say Cyprus's first impression is, yeah, good. I don't think necessarily is swaying me a whole lot yet based on this little information, but I'm holding up. They're really just going with their Cyprus recipe. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. Silia should be bad, priced 900 to 1 in Betfair now. Yeah, keep in mind, Betfair, I don't think anyone has Cyprus currently down as the winner of the contest, right? So neither would I. I think as of this point right now, we're thinking more about can they qualify. And that is the thing that they're still doing well. So I would more pay attention to the odds there if they are lengthening, because that would be more of a concern. But yeah, so that is what we've had with Cyprus so far. So why don't we talk about the next country on the list here? And that is Serbia. They also rehearsed already, and time for a change of pace now. This year, Serbia are represented by Teya Dora, one of their most well-known recording artists. Her song Ramonda is haunting, heartfelt ballad. Ramonda is a purple flower that is a symbol of Serbian resilience and rebirth. There aren't many ballads this year. It's a very banger-heavy year, so we are taking a moment to relax and sway gently. The staging for this song is very similar to when Teya Dora won Pesma, Serbia's national final. Back in March, a big rock, we think the same one as the national final, but can't seem 100% sure. Shadowy lighting, graphics of clouds and stars and lighting. lightning, not lighting, well, lighting too. Finishing with a blooming Ramonda flower. The Teya Dora costume is a dark gray dress with a long layered skirt, all very dramatic and atmospheric. And pyro update. Ooh, lots of smoke in the final run through, so that that's not, and so that you'll see on May 7th for art fans. It reminds us of Casper David Friedrich's "Wander Above the Sea of Fog." We know. Who would reference a Casper David Friedrich's "Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog"? That is not relatable. The heck. Okay, so that is the description, and it seems very, what you call it, national final inspired, which I think makes perfect sense. Only because it has a beautiful staging already, just kind of adjusted for the big Eurovision stage. First, let's take a look at the picture here on Reddit. As you can see, you see the rock and her dress and a lot of smoke. This must be from the very last run through. In case you're wondering how these run through work, you have 3 to 4 run throughs, usually 3, and the first 2 are just standard ones, and then in the last one you get any pyros or smoke effects that you want to use. So then you have to pay as much the first few times, because the delegations has to pay for any of these additional costs that you decide to use for the staging. So it's a beautiful shot, right? I really like the shot, and I think it suits the staging very well. It remains to be seen, how it looks on camera, but I have a pretty good idea. So I see anything. I realized I didn't click the share button, and I keep talking about it. Well, I was very descriptive, at least, right? Let me actually, now that I finally shared this, switch to Serbia instead. And not to Serbia instead, to Instagram instead. So it makes me confirm twice, and I didn't see it the first time that I had to click twice to share. So as you can see, there's a close-up of her near the rocks, and it's going to be very dark and moody, and this is kind of expected with the song. I mean, you don't want to have cartwheels. I mean, I kind of do, but that's the story for another day. So that's a picture I just described, so you can see it in person. So it's a good shot. I'm kind of taking over for Sean, who always said, "That's a nice shot." So I shall say that going forward. Okay, so that's an interesting backdrop here. Get like a lot of purple and blue lighting and what looks like fireflies throughout the screen here. So that is nice. And then there's a lot of smoke. Holy craps. But it may work. It may just work. I like it. Okay, and keep in mind, we don't get the camera angle, we only get pictures, right? So that is a very good impression just based on those 5 pictures. Maybe we'll get a better idea with the TikTok videos. They'll come out at some point, probably not anytime soon. I'm a whole lot more excited about the staging for Serbia than for Cyprus so far. So I'd love to hear from y'all as well, how you think of this. I thought it's the mood that you want to get from the song, needs to be effectively staged, and I think Serbia is doing a great job with that. So once again, no TikToks out yet, and the TikToks you'll get today, also very important to point out, is that they are not going to be camera work. They're only going to be from the arena. Okay, let me bring back Alexandra's here. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. For some reason, it's not coming through my headphones. So I'm gonna it's coming from my speakers, but that is an issue on my end. So give me 1 second. Okay. Well, by the way, thank you. Welcome to the live stream, your first one, Alexandra. Why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers?
So, hi everyone. It's so nice to meet you. I'm from Greece. I'm 25 years old, and I cannot really think like how many years I've been on the team. I think this is the second one, or it's like, yeah, it's the second one. It's the second one. And I'm very excited. This is my first live stream for the rehearsals, and it's a very exciting moment. I think it's like Christmas, isn't it?
Oh, well, that is such a nice thing to say. So I'm going to change the audio input to my headphones again. Here, give me 1 second. Can you say something?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you through here. Oh, okay, because I was like,
Perfect.
those words is gonna be all echoey on my microphone here. All right, so well, I'm glad to have you for a little while. We're gonna have some others join as well at some point.
Yeah.
I would love because we so far, I know you're from Greece, so we don't have any Greece rehearsals today, but that is okay. I'm sure you have plenty of opinions on all the others as well. We briefly talked about Cyprus and Serbia so far. Have you looked at the descriptions and the pictures on the official blog and Instagram account?
I have actually, and you said like the thing about the three apps that everyone needs to be on TikTok, YouTube, on the Reddit. That's true. That's very like disoriented. Like you should be on this app,
Okay,
or no, you
it's
should
not
be
just
on
me,
this
the old
app.
person not figuring it out. Okay, no, good.
Yeah. But now that I figured it out, I think that so far the rehearsals are going great. Like I haven't seen anything uh, bad or anything that's not working or from the past years. Everything's going great. I think like the one rehearsal that I've seen so far that I liked, and it's like very they have very nice staging is Serbia. They have a very like
Yes.
uh, a nice landscape. I don't know what that is, like rocks
Yes.
and stuff like
Rocks
that.
and smoke. And then I think from what I can see, I think it's only like rocks, props, and then the lighting and the smoke. I think those are the three big elements here. The backdrop, I mean the LED for Serbia. And I agree. I think between the two that we just talked about, Serbia certainly has a much bigger immediate impact. So, and before we talk more, let me just read because I think we want to look at the third rehearsal as well for today, which was Lithuania. So I'm just going to read this real quick and then we'll talk about it. Let me just also, while I'm doing that, once again, share my screen. There you go. So you can see the pictures as I'm doing it. Um, every year, at Eurovision, there are a handful of performances with bass so deep it vibrates through the arena floor and you can feel it in your chest. Luktelk from Lithuania, Silvester spelled, is the first of those this year. It's a full body experience. Luktelk translates as wait, hold on. And according to Silvester, the song is about being stuck in limbo between two stages of barely existing and feeling alive when you have to hold on and dance through whatever life throws at you. Can confirm we are dancing and have never felt more alive. The staging is for this needs no props, similar to the Lithuanian national final. It's Silvester in his red leather suit, backed by four male dancers with masked faces and lots of red and back strobe lighting. The masks have had an upgrade, less the turtlenecks and more like black hoods. No pyro for Lithuania. So, and TikTok coming soon. Let's just finish the pictures here real quick. Okay. So it's very red and then accentuated with blue, red and blue. And there you can see a little bit more the hoodies, masks, things. They almost look like they're lit up because of the neon. So that's pretty cool. So in a nutshell, I think it's fair to say just a slightly elevated performance from the national final. No major changes here. Alexandros, is that what you expected? Did you like it based on your first impression? Of course, based on the limited information that we have.
Based on the one photo, I think it's exactly the same. Or am I missing? I'm seeing some faces like behind him that it's like, is it anime or like a sort of cartoon that he has behind him?
Yeah, so
He has
the
something.
picture that you're
Yeah.
looking at is probably the one in the blog, right? Because they have like
Hmm.
they have like 5 pictures on Instagram. And yeah, it's his face. I'm going to the picture number 4, and it's like he has this
Yeah.
one of those self-indulgent ones where like 2 of his faces are like behind him. So we'll see his face
Oh,
on the screen. Yeah.
okay.
So that I didn't even notice when first. Oh, and the other pictures as well. I see it now as I'm going through them again. Let me show that here for everyone in case they're a little bit more observant here because I'm multitasking. There we go.
I really love the jacket. The red jacket is very good.
Yes, it is, and it's very similar to it because it feels like more if it's not broken, why fix it kind of thing.
Exactly.
Now, keep in mind, there are still possibilities that acts could change their outfits. I mean, he will not. I'm just saying this is just a general statement. We've had acts testing out different colors, see how it works with the camera, and then change it, when needed. It all needs to be approved, though, by the EBU because even just changing a shirt requires different lighting, sometimes a different approach. So they kind of just, do it. But in most cases, the EBU will be supportive of that, or like at least the producers in charge of the lighting and all that stuff. But as you can see his face in the back here, backdrop, as well as right here. I think just a little bit distorted. Did you right
Yeah,
there?
that's the one that I've seen.
That's
Yeah.
one you looked at. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think what will add to this particular performance, Alessandro's, will be the backdrop, right? Because I mean they had the color similar, but it's probably just adds more layers and depth to it, right? Is that what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like the first photo that they have is like very similar to. Do we know who's the not the director of the performance, but like the choreographer of the performance? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
We don't know. Yeah.
but like, it looks like the shot from Eleni Fureira, the in her bridge, and then Switzerland in 2021, I think, or 22. I don't remember, but I like this
Oh, okay.
photo.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's all again, it'll come together once we see the whole
Yeah.
thing, but it's a nice little initial teaser. I know people really want to talk about. Let's get for the fourth rehearsal, and then we're going to talk a little bit more detail. And that is of course Ireland. They're the last ones to take the stage before the lunch break that is over now, because now I think already Ukraine is officially rehearsing. So I'm going to bring up the picture. There they are. And forgive me, I will mess it up on some occasion, but I will do my best using the proper pronouns. But sometimes your brain is just jumping into the wrong one, and I'm old. So ready for something completely different, not just from Lithuanian electropop, but from everything else you're going to hear at Eurovision this year. Ireland's Bambie Thug describes their sound as oi pop, so I pronounce this because it entirely defies conventional musical categorization. Our best description would be witchy metal melodic pop. Doomsday Blues is about the feeling of having your potential overlooked, and it is an ode to the queer community. Oy. So, staging, Bambie is inside a circle of candles, wearing a black dress with a tutu skirt and shoulder horns. The usual dramatic white face makeup is topped with their hair styled into antlers. There's also a bare-chested dancer giving centaur vibes who accompanies Bambie in some ballet choreography. This picture kind of indicates that is exactly what's happening. Oh, in the final section, the candle circle raises up, and the big screamo finish concludes with the graphic backdrop "Crown the Witch." Pure Eurovision theater and testament to the diversity of musical styles we're going to see at Eurovision this year.
Wow.
We're just about to watch it again, so I will update of anything else. And then at the very end, they say, pyro update in the final run through. There is both low level ground smoke throughout and our first flame jets of the day. We are 20 meters from the stage and can feel the heat. Look at that. Okay, so Alexandros, I want to hear your thoughts first, and then I'll share mine. What are you, based on the descriptions and the pictures that you just saw? Tell me.
I mean, I'm blown away. Like, I didn't expect all that because in my like, for me, it's there are some songs in Eurovision that it's like, oh, you like more the song or you like more the staging, or you like both the staging and the song. For me, I love the staging. They look amazing. Um, and they, for me, it's like something that I didn't know that I will like. So I love this. I love the whole thing. It's very mysterious. It's very majestic. It's very ethereal in some ways.
Yes.
Um, it looks amazing. It looks
It
amazing.
looks ridiculously good. I knew they were going to come with something pretty. I knew they figured like a good way not to go too crowded, but still make it like visually a feast because they could have like 5 dancers on there, right? And the craziest props. And there are props, but I think they're very selectively placed. I'm gonna have a big issue with this, by the way, though, with the staging. I'm gonna be honest. A nipple
In what
ring?
way?
A nipple ring? I can't do nipple ring steak. Just looking at it hurts me. I just, the dancer has a nipple ring, so I'm just being silly, of course. But yeah, so that's the thing I'll get stuck on now. It's the nipple ring. But other than that, sorry. Sorry, yeah, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing here. I would love to hear the people in the chat as well, those that are want to chat, what your thoughts are at ESC United. Stargazer, sup? I like the idea. I just don't like the makeup. It makes them seem older than they are. Yeah, I think that is slightly deliberate. I think it's the idea of looking like almost like that creature witchy thing that they're going for. So I hear what you're saying, but I think that is kind of intended, right? Alexandra, what do you think?
Yeah, and they also look like it seems like a doll. Like the vibe is like they look like a doll. So it makes sense in a way that they have like this white paint on their face. But now I'm stuck for the nipple ring.
I am
I'm watching
sorry.
the
I know I
picture
see
with the
people
nipple
say
ring.
love for the nipple piercing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just again, it's like you cannot unsee it. And it's just,
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, let's not. Um, I will also, of course, I remember Ireland has thrown not great staging. Let me rephrase that. Ireland has tried to throw elaborate staging before, and it didn't work. The best example is, of course, Leslie Jones, and not Leslie Jones. That's the comedian, Leslie Roy, 21, with all the effects, right? And so that did not work. Oh,
And in
this the
2022 also,
22. What was 22? Oh my god, I already forgot
there
20.
was the what was the song like the you think you now you know me? Hey,
What song?
um,
Oh my god, I can't even remember
was it
22. Ireland.
Ireland?
I remember
It was
23,
faster.
but I don't remember 22. What was 22? Do you remember the name?
The name was That's
Oh my
Rich.
That's Rich. That's right.
Yeah.
That's Rich. I forgot about that. See, yeah, it didn't really stick with me. That's Rich. Da, 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 that's Rich. Oh, this is the comment that encompasses it all. Everything is better than the golden jumpsuit. I'll take the
Is this
nipple
about
piercing
Cyprus?
over that jumpsuit. That one was very distracting. Is that that's the best word I can come up with. hmm So, Alessandro, I know people don't know you that well yet, so why don't you let us know, not just from today, the 4 rehearsals so far. Give us like 2 or 3
Yeah.
of your favorite songs of 24. Like, who are your favorites this year?
Oh my God, that's difficult because I really love Italy. I really love La Noia. That's
Mm,
like my one of my top songs. Um, I really like Rim Tagi, Croatia.
Croatia. I mean, yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. And what else? I really love Germany. Now that's like something that I'm very. I see like many people not liking the song, but it's. I think from the juries, it will be. They will go good. Like they will be around the top 10. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that the song will end up in the top 10. I don't know why.
Interestingly enough, I have the same prediction. And I agree with what you're saying because I think Germany has the potential, not guarantee, of course, you never know, but the potential to go top 10 with the juries. I do think they're going to not going to come last with the juries. Even if they underperform the juries, it will be more like 18th to 20th place would be the worst case scenario. That's why I still don't have Germany as the last placer in the grand final, even with a potential televote flop, which I don't even think is necessarily a given. So I certainly agree with that. RTE really said, Bambie, take our money and make a show. Yes, I think they're really, I mean, the last time Ireland qualified was in 2018, so it's been a minute. Alexandros, do you think, I mean, whatever you taste, maybe, you know, putting that aside, do you think based on the song itself and what you've seen so far, the staging, what are the odds for Ireland in your view to qualify? What are their odds? Do you feel like a good shot? It's going to be borderline qualifier. Say that 3 times fast. And or where does it land in your predictions right now?
Well, in my predictions, like before I saw the staging, I was like, maybe it will qualify, maybe it won't, like maybe like it's a borderline qualifier. But after seeing the staging, because we know that whoever watches Eurovision at that night wants like the good staging, and we have seen that with many songs, like Croatia last year, like
Mm-hmm.
the what was the song? Like the
Croatia. Oh yeah, the net 3.
um, exactly.
Yeah.
So like everything in Moldova than the year before, like it's all about the staging. Like if the staging is not good, the song does not appeal because there are many songs. We listen to many songs every day. Also in Eurovision, they cannot make like a super different song. They cannot
Yes.
make a super extra rich song in 4 or 5 months that they have the time to make it. So I think it's all about the staging. So for now, I think Ireland has a very good probability of qualifying to the grand final.
Yes. And I think what's the very point you're raising there is it's it doesn't always need to be like the biggest staging, right? It's like not
Yeah.
like France doesn't need, for instance, like big da, 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 da. It's about effective staging, the visual, right?
Hmm.
So it's not just about props and stuff. It's just knowing what your song are and what emotional feeling you want to convey with that. And it does go a long way. And it doesn't necessarily mean you can have a fantastic song with shitty staging that's going to be enough. But I think in order to um advance, you know, increase your odds, it needs to be something that is visually certainly appropriate for that song. So yeah, that is certainly agreeable. So now that we are still waiting for the next round, so we don't have any pictures yet, but Ukraine has already um comment here. I'm going to read that real quick. I'm not going to read for all the fluff. I'm just going to read the real stuff. This year, they
Hmm.
sent 2 of the country's most successful artists. They definitely elevated the staging from the performance at Vitbier with our second on stage rock of the day. So they're bringing another rock. This is more of a rocky slope, like a mix of Teya Dora's rock and Brunette's prop from last year. Jerry Heil climbs it into the wind machine. Then Alyona emerges from stage right to deliver her rap interlude with heart and soul. Everything about this, Jerry Heil's ethereal floaty dress, the shadowy figures on the LED wall, the choral backing vocals feels hymnal and haunting. We will let you know if there's any added elements in the final rehearsal and add a photo as soon as we can. So one thing I will say, Alessandro, is 2 things. I think after all these years, we know number one, Ukraine knows what they're doing with staging, right? So I feel like we shouldn't be allowed to even
Exactly.
criticize it on like, it's like they know what they do and it's always working. Number two, it clear. I mean, I'm sure it looks great on pictures, but from what I'm seeing right now, this is probably very, very reliant upon camera work. With her climbing up that little slope thing,
Hmm.
there needs to be the right shots, the right angle, and it adds probably a different layer to that. So that I think they're going to play closely with the camera work there to make it work. So I think out of a lot of the performances we've seen so far, this one has the potential to look underwhelming when you just see pictures, but once you see the camera work, I could imagine this one being quite a visual feast. What are your thoughts from just based on the first impression? We'll get pictures later, of course.
So for me, the song, I really like the song. So it's like what I said earlier. Like if you like the song, maybe if the staging is good, like the song goes like higher in your top 10. So if they, which I'm sure they can do a great staging, um, I think it will look very good. I think it will look similar. Like the Big Bear performance was like, for me, it was perfect. It didn't need like many more things.
Oh,
It
okay.
had the feeling, the emotion, um, and everything that the song has to propose. So let's see.
So, do you think that would you probably on paper preferred for them just to keep it simple like they did in the national final, or are you glad that they're trying adding a little bit of an element there? As someone who likes the song, I would love to like. Oh, you prefer the simplicity of the song and the emotion that it exudes.
So that is tricky because they have to like the song has a very um, uh, it feels very personal. So it feels like a very touching song to someone. Um, that some songs have like this feeling that maybe you can understand what the lyrics are saying, even if it's not in English, and maybe it's in Ukrainian or any other language. So for me, it's good that they're trying something new. I want to see it first. But I think it will be. I hope it's not overwhelming. Like I hope it stays like on the right level for the
Yeah.
song.
No, I hear what you're saying, and usually I would be concerned as well. But once again, we're talking Ukraine. They rarely ever go over the top. So I feel very confident. I understand that I hear you, not a few concerns. If this would be like Ireland, actually, or some of the other countries, Germany, whatever, I'd be
Oh,
a
Greece.
little bit more like, okay, is this going to
Yeah,
work? But it's Ukraine, so I feel like, yeah, of course, it's going to look fine. so,
yeah,
Ukraine also the most likely qualifier, along with Croatia, if you believe the betting odds. So I don't think they hurt their chances with the staging, at least in my
yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
I know. Any thoughts or opinions in the chat at ESC United? I know we still have after Ukraine, we have Poland and Croatia coming up. But about tomorrow, Alessandros, is there a country that you really look forward to seeing tomorrow, the second half of semifinal one?
So tomorrow, I think I really want to see Australia for some reason.
Australia. Because yeah, is it because you have no idea what they're gonna do, or you like the song? Why do we want to see that one?
So it's not my cup of tea, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
in the on the on the list on the playlist.
Yes.
But I really can't like make it like how will they make the staging like how will they do it like I really can't see it. I can't see the vision of the song on stage. That's my only thing. And what I really want to see though is Azerbaijan. Like Australia, it's because I'm curious, and Azerbaijan is because I really love the song.
So, I am also very interested in Azerbaijan because I actually quite like the song, and it's a mood, right? It's not a very also not a very competitive entry because it's very calm and soothing, in a running order, maybe a little forgotten because it is too. Like with juries, this would probably be an easy
Yeah,
qualifier, but without them, I'm a little worried about Azerbaijan. So I want to see if they bring something really mesmerizing on stage. So that is why I'm really interested about Azerbaijan tomorrow. And randomly, even though I'm not saying like I love the song, but I mean it's fun. What it is Finland, only because I know that they had to make a lot of changes. There were some concerns about what they had the staging in the national final, as well as the whole, Windows 95 logo that they had to blur out and all of that stuff. So they have to probably wear different outfits. They have to do some changes to the staging, maybe. So I'm really curious how they work around the issues that, they may have faced with the original staging. So those are the two that probably I'm most excited about. But of course, I want to see them all. But those two, I have
Yeah.
like the biggest question mark behind it.
And someone wrote like, "I want to see Greece." Yeah, definitely, I want to see Greece. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. I'm like, do you care about Greece? I mean, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
they're
I
going.
mean, I want to see Greece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is Monday, right? Because they're in the first half of semi 2. So I think they're number
Mm-hmm.
3, if I'm not mistaken. So but yeah, I'm curious because
Monday
it
at
is
12.
yeah.
Yeah.
Greece is I would call it a beautiful hot mess, but it's certainly a lot, the song, right? There's a lot in that song. So I'm curious, is the staging will reflect that a lotness or if they're gonna be kind of stripping back. What do you have any idea what they're going to do?
Well, from what I'm hearing, like from here, like the shows and everything, that it's everyone has like an opinion of what the song will look like on stage. I think like she wants to keep the song like trendy, so she wants to use all these the things from the video clip that looks almost like TikTok, like this quick shots from that point down. Maybe that's not the same thing that will happen on stage, but maybe something like that. And the last thing that I know that she will have on stage is like, if you remember the clip where they dancing in a circle and she has like a thing and she dances around herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I know that it's gonna be on the bridge for the bridge. It will be like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's gonna be a lot. So I want to see how they staged it.
Yeah. I personally, in terms of Greece, I am expecting a lot of meme-worthy elements to it. Like, that one clip that you just used now, just for like, this is what Greece did. Whether it's that moment you just mentioned or something else, there will be something that people will talk about. They come up with these
Hmm.
1 or 2 moments that's going to be very, very significant that probably we will remember for years to come. That is my thinking, that they're going out really with something. We're going to make this trend. Um,
Yeah.
Also want to see Finland and Slovenia staging, especially Slovenia, because I'm desperate for them to qualify. Yeah, I know, Liza, that that Slovenia is currently more of considered a borderline qualifier slash non-qualifier. So I understand your nervousness here. In terms of what's expected from Slovenia, I feel as it's going to be, of course, I wouldn't say like a similar vibe to what we have from Serbia, but somewhere down that road. It's a little bit more a little more oomph than Serbia has, of course. But in terms of staging, I could see a similar feel to it. Very dark, but a lot of more like very interpretive movements with her kind of thing, the staging. That's how I envision it, at least. Do you have any idea what Slovenia might do, what in your head?
I mean, I think what you said, like I also like imagine something like that, but like more the dancing may be more like alternative, or they will have
Hmm.
like a more but I really wanna, like, now that we mentioned it, I wanna see that too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see it too. And people keep screaming that more photos. There are no more photos at this point, at least not on my end. I went to Instagram and Reddit, and I don't see anything past Ireland. So I don't see any Ukraine pictures yet, unless mine is delayed, because sometimes that's kind of how it goes. But I don't see anything yet, but
Yeah,
I'll
not for
pay
me too.
attention. So just I sent the links to more photos. Oh, why do I don't have that then? That is odd. I don't have more photos on my end. Do you see any of the yours end, Alexander? I even used that link and I don't see it.
I just clicked the link, but no, it's Ireland. The last post is about Ireland. Did
Okay.
they deleted it? Maybe.
It sometimes happens because they deleted Ireland before as well, for a hot minute. So maybe we just missed the window.
On Discord.
I cannot bring up
What?
Discord now on top of it. If someone has a link, by all means, share it. But there are new pics of the acts that already rehearsed on the work website. Yes, those we have seen are the new pics of the. Okay, are they different than what we saw on Instagram? Then I can go there. Otherwise, I don't want to. I can go there.
Oh, I found them. It's on the app.
Why is it only on the app?
It's like a picture of the Ukrainian, like before they go on stage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold it closer to the camera if
This
you don't mind.
photo,
Can you hold it close to the camera?
yeah, this is like the first. Does it?
Okay. Yeah. I don't have it on
And
here. Yeah.
Poland is now.
Oh, so behind the scene stuff. It's just silly that we cannot
Yeah,
get it on the desktop version of it. Um,
and it's also Cyprus. Like for me, it's like Cyprus after Ukraine. Like what?
huh.
Like I think there is a problem with the feed, and it's like Cyprus and then
You know
Ukraine
what? It's
and
also not
then
showing up on my iPad. Maybe only really on on the phone. I don't know.
like
Okay, so
it's
I'm going
not
to the
showing
official
on the
website
iPad
right
app.
now. I'm sorry?
It's not showing on the official iPad app for the Eurovision.
Okay. Alright. Alright, it is what it is. So I'm
Yeah.
going right now to the website, and people are saying there are 10 pictures. Where do I go? Because I went to most recent updates, and I only see the Malmo Stage Arena. Their website sucks. Oh, I hope they're not listening. Is it under stories? Where are the pictures? Somebody put the link in the thing if you have it, because I am in the picture sections, and maybe photo galleries instead of no. When I go to photo galleries, I only see the most recent one, the Malmo Arena stage pictures.
Yeah, I don't think they're posting the pictures on the website.
Somebody said they did though, right? Or did I?
Only on the app. Like they want people to go to the app.
There's a link. Oh, so it's on Reddit. You have to go on Reddit. I have the Reddit ones, but okay.
What?
I don't see. It's so confusing to me because they said there are more pictures. So when I go to Reddit, I only see one picture per performance, not 10 as people are saying. I'm scrolling there through right
Yeah,
now.
same.
Are y'all messing with me? At the end
And
of
also,
Reddit, so I have to scroll all the way down. I don't know
what?
what. I don't use Reddit, so I am going all the way to the end of Reddit, and I don't see the pictures. It's the latest update. Okay, so the latest
So
update I have
yeah,
is oh, they're hyperlinks. Got it. Oh, okay. This is very confusing. Here, I'll show you. Let me bring that over here. Y'all, man, they're making it difficult. Let me show that to you. So, screen. Here's that Reddit thing. And I guess you can click on these links down here. They're not even like, you can't even tell they're really hyperlinks. So, got it. So when you click on Cyprus, that's how you get to the gallery. Okay, let's do this real quick.
my God.
I know. They don't want you to find these. So there you have it. You can see mostly here the top of the arena, but it's good to see the lighting, how that will kind of pan out. Here again, it looks so junior Eurovision to me. I know she's 17, but last year she could, what's the maximum age for junior? Is it 14? I don't even know.
I think
So
it's 16.
16? I think
Like,
it's younger. No, 16 is when you already can go to Eurovision. So 16 is the minimum age for Eurovision. So it must be 14, I think. Because I feel like 15 is that dreaded age where you cannot do the junior or the adult version. You're like in limbo. People say they cannot see it.
oh, it's 14.
Okay, people are saying they cannot see it.
Yeah.
So I need to, I can see it on my end. That is odd. Let me reshare. Maybe it didn't load right.
Yeah.
Screen window. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I know why it didn't show up, because the hyperlink came up in a different window, and I shared the other window. Okay, so I need to do it screen rather than window. Okay, got it. So I am going to share this with y'all again. Okay, so you can see this hopefully. So I am going to click on here. Aha! Okay. So let's do this again. I'm going to reject all of your damn cookies. And there we go. So you can see her right on here. That's the one I just showed. Here you can see the dancers. Okay, and I know somebody else just joined. Let me bring that up here real quick. Hey there, Yehuda. Can you hear us?
Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. And in just a second, I'll make sure you can introduce yourself. Let me just finish Cyprus real quick here, and then we'll chat. So as you can see, here are the lights. A little bit here. So I don't know the pictures itself here. Add a whole lot more context to it. We do standing them in a row. Maybe they do the whole hand thing behind her, like what we see in some of those performances. I don't know. I think the camera work. So simplistic staging, at least in terms of props and lighting, I guess. And there she's giving us attitude, like
the liar symbol.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You're a liar." I don't know. And then yeah, lots of dark pictures. The pictures are. I mean, this. I guess this is the opening shot, maybe.
Or the ending shot, probably.
Or the end. One of those two.
Yeah,
probably either the opening or it's the first one or the last one. Yeah. So those are the pictures that we have. We're going to move on to what do you call it? Serbia in just a moment, but why don't you? I just want to give you a chance because I gave Alexander a chance as well. Just since your first time on stream, to introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm very, very happy to be here. This has been a dream of mine since a very long time now. So, yeah, just very enthusiastic to share some thoughts and see the rehearsals and everything. Yeah, and well, hope that you're all doing good too.
Yes. And have you had a chance to look at any of the pictures and descriptions yet on your end, or not yet?
I have. I've seen. Well, I haven't seen the full photo galleries that you've just brought up. I've only seen the ones that they've shared on Instagram, which are like 4 or 5 pictures. And I've only caught up until Ireland, I think. So I don't know if there has been any new ones that came out.
Only a description of Ukraine in terms of the staging, but no pictures yet. Only the blog. Okay, so then let's ask you real quick before we move on to Serbia, since you saw some of the pictures right now here. What is your first impression of Cyprus's staging? Is it what you expected? Is it underwhelming based on the first impression, or what are your thoughts?
This is a difficult one because I think that this entire half is very difficult to predict because these are like 7 entries that are all somewhat like have a good shot at qualifying, and we are being realistic. Statistically speaking, there is no way all 7 of them are qualifying, and I'm trying to think if that is enough to stand out amongst them, because I'm getting slight PTSD to Ronella's first rehearsal in 2022, and I think that it looks good. I trust her professionality, but I don't know if... I'm scared. I'm very scared. I really like the song. I want it in, but I don't know.
You're a little bit... Okay, I know that feeling so well, when it comes to... It's like, it's nerve-wracking, but
yeah.
It's semi-1. I think, I'm not sure if you, Alexander, and the two of you agree. Semi-1, the first half is tough. In my view, it's like a lot of big hitters, strong songs in the first half. So songs like whatever you may personally feel about them, but like Ukraine, Croatia, Ireland, visually, they're going to be like, whoa. And my concern is the likes of Cyprus may be like overshadowed and forgotten a little bit because the songs are just more memorable after that. Is that kind of how you feel? I see a lot of nodding. Alexandros, is that kind of how you feel as well?
Yeah. No, the thing with Cyprus is like the only thing that we're sure of, it's her vocals. Like everything else is like debatable. Like because Croatia and Ukraine, like half of the songs are going for the win. Like Ukraine is a contender, Croatia is a contender from the first semifinal, basically.
Yeah.
And many other songs. So it's like Cyprus is like, okay, that's a good song, but that's like something we have heard of. The staging is not. Doesn't have anything like too much, or it's okay. But at least she has the vocals. At least.
That's true. That is true. So let's take a look together at the Serbian picture rehearsals. The gallery. Give me 1 second. Can you see it? There you go.
Yep.
Okay. So as you can see, there's a big ass rock that she's sitting in there. It's bigger than I initially thought. So there she is, surrounded by smoke. That's the one we saw in the Instagram gallery, I believe. I would assume the smoke's there the entire time, the entire 3 minutes, or at least almost the entire time. Very dark.
You can
It's just
also see
dark
her dress
black.
finally.
What about the dress?
You can finally see her dress. I couldn't quite get a grasp of it from the 4 pictures that they've shared on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so there is like a moment where there's not much smoke, or unless this was taken from the first run-throughs where they didn't have smoke. But she's putting some stang into there. You can see in her vocal, she's like, "Nyah." And then she is kneeling. Okay, there's going to be a moment where she's going to kneel, which, we'll see when that's all going to happen. And then
It looks amazing.
it looks visually quite stunning in my book. It's all about the rock, and then she's like all like sensual with the rock, like beautiful rock. Oh, that's another nice shot. Yeah, those are the pictures. What are your thoughts, Jonathan? What do you think?
Well, I love this staging. Love it, love it, love it. I think that I hope that there is more of that those purple moments that we've seen in the pictures. Like, I don't know for how long is that during the song, but I think that it really adds a lot, because in the national final performance, it was similar, but I think that it was slightly darker. And I think that now with a little bit of more color and dynamic with the lights, it can really pop off. And despite being spot 2, I do think that Serbia should be like a likely qualifier, or at least I hope so, because I really want it to.
But I know, right? That's always like what you want and what's going to happen. But I just observed you a little bit. It seems as maybe just subconsciously or not, you seem to be a little bit more confident when it comes to Serbia's odds than Cyprus, because Cyprus, you're like, oh, I don't know, but Serbia, you seem like, I think so. Is that fair to say?
I think it's also looking good for them with countries like they have Croatia and Slovenia in the semi with them, and I think that it just stands out a lot because we don't have many ballads this year. And sure, like this semi has similar ballads in terms of like Portugal and Ukraine that could be like some direct competition for it. But I think that they're at least visually, I hope, are going for something very different, because both Ukraine and Portugal, at least Portugal from the national final performance, are like white stages, very bright, and this is more intimate and dark, and I think that it will make it stand out more.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right, Sandbox asking good question, makes a good statement. I've just realized that all 7 songs from the first half are qualifying according to the betting odds. Alexandros, do you think there is a chance that this is going to happen, that all 7 of them, or do you believe there will be casualties in the first half?
I definitely think that there will be casualties. Like, I cannot lie about this. Like, every year it's the same. Like, I'm going with full hope that everything is going well and these songs are going to qualify. Even like, I'm watching the contest for like 10 years plus, and I'm like, okay, I know everything. I know Eurovision. And then Eurovision happens, and like, you don't know Eurovision. Eurovision is always has a surprise. So there's gonna be like 2 or 3 surprise qualifiers for sure.
Yes, that is true. And that makes it fun, right? Because then we don't want to have it too predictable. Just real quick, I'm throwing in that one picture that we have on the Reddit live stream from Ukraine. They're done rehearsing. It doesn't show any of the props they've mentioned yet. It's only them singing, so it's a little bit non-descriptive, so just very golden / orangey. So the only thing we can comment on really are the outfits. What do you guys think? Were you expecting something more glamorous, or do you like what you're seeing here?
I'm a bit confused with the shoulder pads that Cherry Heil is having. Like, those are not what I expected, but everything else is pretty much. I see the vision there. It looks very golden as I expected, and I hope that it is accompanied with like some sort of either light or LED like spilling graphics, like something to make it look, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but yeah.
Just for a reminder that what they said there, as you can see, it's a rocky slope that they're using, like a mix between the rocks that you just saw in Serbia and then Burnett's prop from last year, the big platform, and then Jerry climbs it into a wind machine. Not in, I mean, does she climb literally into the wind machine or towards the wind machine, because she'll be dead? Murder on the stage, the Eurovision stage. Then Alyona emerges from stage right to deliver her rap interlude with heart and soul. No pyros in this performance. Beautiful overhead shot at the end that incorporates their bodies into a multi-person visual. So just to give you some context, I think I haven't seen that yet. So I said earlier that I think that this is going to be the kind of performance maybe that may look slightly underwhelming or like just whelming in the pictures, but it's heavily reliant upon the camera work, you know, with kind of like almost like how Armenia was last year, right? It looks nice on pictures, but the camera work, how it was angled, that's what where the really the magic lies. So we have to be a little bit more, you know, aware of that, for the lack of a better word. All right, time to look at Lithuania pictures. Are you all ready? Like the actual gallery. Let me share again.
The only thing that like bothers me like with the whole thing on Reddit is like it's not updating itself. Like
I know you have to refresh
Eurovision,
it. Yes, it's really annoying. And then you don't think about it, and then people in the chat are like, "Go!" I'm like, "Okay, I didn't see it." So
it's
so
also
let's take a look at this.
Underwhelming UI of Reddit. Like, you have such a pretty website. Why aren't you not using it?
Don't you want to get the clicks too?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, so here is Lithuania. Okay. He's and said it's going to be very close or very similar to what we've seen in the national final. Just more elevated to match the big Eurovision stage. As you can see here is this picture we saw earlier. As you can see in the backdrop, you see him, Silvester belts, you know, twice, and there will be more of him there clearly. Very red, dark red and bluey. Speaking of red, like he's wearing red. The lighting is red. It's red. Yeah, and this you can see a little bit the outfits of the dancers as well. It's like this hoodie cape mask thing. They almost look like very alien-y a little bit here. And yeah, you see them all in a row here. So yeah, you just see them moving with them, just dancing around. It is, as said, you know, very close to what we saw in the national final. I think it's going to be a more of an elevated thing because the backdrop will, you know, do a lot of the work as well, and the LEDs. Yeah, it's mostly just red and his face on the back there. I'm usually not a big fan of this whole self-indulgent. Let's put my face on the backdrop at all times. I'm like, we see you on camera. You know, I don't need to see you 8 more times on there. And then here you can see there's a little bit of blue here. I don't know what part of the song that's going to be.
I think last year we had like many people having their faces on the LEDs. Like like Greece, Romania, I think Moldova.
There's always seems a lot of them. It seems just a very popular thing. I know they started doing that years ago, like in 2017. I remember there were so many you remember Croatia, my friend, and he was everywhere, and like even Isaac Firebrace from Australia with the wind machine in the background. I was like, oh my god, this is too much.
And
But
Malta as well.
Who?
Malta as well, with that huge face in the backdrop. Just why?
I know we know, we can see you. So, Jonathan, what do you think about the picture so far of Lithuania? Like your first impression, you think this is gonna be something? Were you expecting more, or what are your thoughts?
I think it's about what I expected. It's not much different from the national final performance, other than the outfits of the backing dancers, which are nice. So overall, I don't think that it adds a whole lot of new information as for predicting where this will finish. Like, it doesn't change much of what we've had working with beforehand. I still like, this song surprised me so much because I never expected it to have such a big response from the Eurovision fans, that I'm waiting to see if that response will echo in throughout the casual audience, because this is like, we've never really had this type of Slavic bop entry, and yeah, it's definitely new and it's freshy. But again, I'm looking at those stretch of 7 songs, and I'm thinking between Serbia and Ireland, which are both visually like, ooh, is that going to be enough to make it stand out, make it memorable?
Oh, that's a very interesting observation there. I definitely want to elaborate on that in a little bit. Crystal is asking, I'm going to ask you, Alexandros, do you think Lithuania will qualify at this point? Do you think this is a likely qualifier, a borderline qualifier, a non-qualifier? Where do you land?
So I'm in the middle. Like, I'm trying to see it qualifying, but talking about the surprises before, like, I think it's like Cyprus and Lithuania are like the two surprises that it's gonna be like disheartening. Like, maybe they will qualify, maybe they won't. Like, that's the only thing. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's right. The betting odds certainly believe that this is a very likely qualifier. I think they're currently the third likely country to qualify. So, but I understand, betting odds have been wrong before. The first semi seems very dark up to now, right? United by darkness. It is not wrong. I mean, certainly Serbia and Lithuania back to back are fairly on the darker side. Cyprus, yeah, it's hard to say, but I think that one's also a little darker, I think. So certainly not as colorful, but that could only work in Ireland's favor, right? Because that one's, even though it's, that's going to be quite a big, like, whoa. Speaking of Ireland,
Yeah.
Jonathan, are you ready to see the gallery? Because I know you haven't seen.
Give it to me.
Give it to you. I will. Let me, if I know how to push the right buttons. Hang on 2 hot seconds. Here we go. You only saw that one picture so far, right?
I have seen that one picture of them being held by the dancer, and that's about that.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is the first one. So as you can see, there's the circle of candles, where they're going to be on stage, and they have one very hairy backup dancer, and with a nipple piercing, which I find distracting, but hey, you do you do.
Now that you mentioned it again, I will not be able
I
to
know,
put
like,
it
I
up.
can't get past it. It's just like, you just look at it for the rest of the performance. You're gonna miss the rest.
Now it's ruined. Okay.
I know. So I mean, it's only a picture, but you can see that they are really already giving it the all with the visuals, like with the energy there. And this is exactly what I want.
Because we love those little drawings.
Yeah, you can see he's wearing the tutu here, so I almost call it a messed up outfit, but it's like a very eccentric, like unexpected, hard to categorize certain look. Ironically, this is probably the one more brighter, lighter performance in terms of lighting.
There is color.
Yes, there's color.
The outfit, is
Go
it
ahead.
like a ballerina, or am I saying it wrong? Like a
Yeah,
dead
it's
one.
a tutu. Yes, it's a little bit ballerina-y, but
Yeah.
only the bottom part. The top part is almost like, has that spiky and has like antlers-looking
Yeah.
things. And what are the rocks there on the? Oh no, that's not a rock. That's the guy lying on the floor. I thought those are rocks. Because again, I only see the hair. So, and that's one I think you saw probably.
I've seen a different one, but this is
Oh,
a
a different
really
one?
good
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Oh, this one. That's where I got the piercing distraction.
Yeah.
And and then here we go. Oh, that's a pretty shot. That's a really nice shot, actually. It's almost, I mean, we don't know exactly if it's going to be more like a sensual dance or more of a battle kind of dance. That's going to be interesting to really, really see that. And people saying like I used the wrong pronoun as well. It's I try to remember because I think we have two non-binaries in there, in Switzerland and Ireland, so I tend to forget as well sometimes. It's not intentional. It's just it's, I guess, human nature. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Yeah, I got some smoke here with the backdrop. And then yeah.
And did they say the circle, like with the candles, go up and down, or?
Yes. So what it said, I'll tell you in 2 hot seconds. In the final section, the candle circle will raises up, and the big screamo finish concludes with a graphic backdrop of the crown the witch. So it's going to say crown the witch on the screen. I think.
Oh, so it's like
it goes up, and then she's like, how it gets really loud, and at the end, I think they're just really leaning into that atmosphere and the feel. So I find that clever.
Definitely.
So those are the pictures. We've seen that one. Before I'm going to go into this, one super chat real quick here. Thank you so much, Groupie, for your super chat. Happy Eurovision 2 weeks, guys. Can't wait for Greece this year. Kisses from Montreal. Well, I think Alexandros would agree, right?
Can't wait to see Greece too. Thank you.
All right. Let's ask. I want to hear from the both of you, actually. So based on the pictures, Jonathan, what are your thoughts, Ireland? Are you think like, okay, that's what I was hoping for, or no, or?
That's beyond what I was hoping for. Like, I could never have imagined this being so like visually good. This is something. Like, the thing is, with every performance, I've never expected to think this song has a chance of proceeding. Like, even in the national final, we got the 6 studio versions, and I was like, oh, this is dead. Oh, there's no way. Like, and then that live happened, and I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. It was kind of the only one that worked live, and I was like, yeah, that tracks. But then I thought that it's a very out there song, and it's a bit too much, and it will probably not work for the casual audience, and so I didn't think that it had a shot at qualifying. But now seeing this is what? Like, that dancer, I think, would do a lot, because when I think that their interaction with the dancer is going to be very dynamic between the sad parts, or like the angry parts, of the Avada Kedavra, and then the like smiley, happy parts are going to be this like nice dance, this like something that is bright and definitely stands out. And overall, this is very great execution of storytelling, and this is what I'm looking for from countries. Like, I want to see storytelling on stage. Like, that's what I hope to see from Croatia later on today. Like, I want to see the story of the song develop throughout the song, and I think that Ireland, like, they did that perfectly based on those pictures.
I have a couple of updates here real quick, so let's go through them real quick. And the question I had Paul up, it looks like Bambie is summoning up the dance. I think that may be actually exactly what they're doing. I didn't even think about that. That is going to be really, really cool. But the first thing I want to do is, hold on 2 hot seconds. We get the first TikTok, y'all, from Cyprus. So I'm bringing it up right now.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Well, ready or not, here I come. Okay. Okay, here we go. Or not.
Can you hear the sound?
I can't.
You cannot?
No.
Okay, it's not picking up. Oops. Same. I tried to click on it, so let me do that again. The sound is on.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
the
about
sound
sound
is.
sharing on the stream.
I'll try with the sound. I'll play
Oh,
around with the sound. I don't know why it's not working.
where is the stage clip?
I know you don't hear the sound right now, but I'll try that in a minute. Okay, so I know
Oh,
the sound
wow.
didn't play. I'm gonna try because I was sharing my window. People are saying I'm gonna try one more time sharing a different way. But it says background audio. No, that's not it. I shared my window. That's exactly what it is. So to share audio, share a tab or screen instead. That's what it was. I have to share the whole screen. Okay, let's do this one more time. Okay.
Okay.
How about now?
I still can't hear
Still
it.
not?
No.
What a stupid thing. Okay, so I'll.
We can go.
Okay, it
real
says when I click
quick
on
to
sharing
just listen
screen.
to the TikTok.
Oh, I think let's do it this way. It says also share audio. It says it on here, so I have to find the Chrome tab. They make it very, very difficult. Okay, I got it now. Let's try it this way. One more time.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes.
Take a look at yourself. Hi guys, it's Celia here. I'm super excited because we're about to go on our first rehearsals on the actual Eurovision stage. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think we're gonna have so much fun. And my dancers are here with me. Hey! But we're about to go on the stage, so come with me. Woo! Waking up in the morning.
That's good. There you have it. So now you could actually hear it for once. What are your thoughts?
Wow.
Oh, actually, Alexander, I'm going to
Wow.
first because I got a wow from you. Yeah, good first impression?
I know that I have like an inner Cypriot side, which I'm gonna try to like have it calm. But like the thing is like the song is a bop. Like even though it's generic, it's a bop. It's a very good song. Like how can you not like dance to it, sing with it? Like the only thing that I saw, and it's like very like weird, as we saw like even the stage yesterday, that the reveal of the stage is like the lights, and when the cameras are around the stage is very disorienting. It's like I don't know like if I'm behind the stage, or is it like the side of the stage, the left side, the right side, in front, behind. Like I'm getting dizzy from like the shots from down the stage. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know. Jonathan, what's your first impression, Jonathan? Do you have a good, bad, middle?
So, well, I think it's a good first impression, but it's about what I expected from the pictures. But my main thing is the dancing is great, and that is something that I was not scared about because of her. I know that she can dance, but it has happened a few times before on the Eurovision stage where like boppy songs or dance songs like don't have as quite confident singer that like manages to actually come across as like professional when dancing and singing. And I think that she managed to look professional because like if I think, for example, Effendi in 2021, like she can sing and she kind of can dance, but it looked a bit awkward. Like something didn't
very
click.
static.
And this,
Yeah. with her?
Yeah, she was just like pose, pose, pose. And here there is like a flow, there is dancing, there is rhythm, and it goes from like camera to camera. And I think that will definitely make it work. And I really want to see the camera work now. Like, give it to me.
Yeah, the camera work is very important. I will say this based on I mean, I'm trying to put away my personal bias a little here, but I'm human. It's not always so easy. I would say the staging, we've seen it so many times. This, like singer with 4 backup dancers and then all the camera work. So I'm not necessarily wowed by it, but I don't think they're trying to, or they just want to be effective with the staging. It really comes down to, I don't necessarily think that the staging, from what I'm seeing right now, will elevate the song as much as I would like it to. It may not hurt it, but I think what Cyprus really needed was that wow moment, popping it, opening it up, and be like, I remember the opening song, I want to vote for this. I don't necessarily know if the staging screams that the song itself is a bop, as you pointed out, Alexander, right? But I don't think it's considered like the most popular bop in the running. It wasn't like Norway last year where everyone was talking about that one, right? It's not quite as melodically as instant maybe as that song or as popular. So that's why I needed a little bit more, baby. That was my initial reaction, but I will also withhold judgment, as you said, Jonathan, because the camera work may be what sets it apart. And I'm sorry I have to jump to the next thing because Poland has a description. So let's go for that real quick here. Poland's Luna was next rehearsed. There's a lot of bops this year. Staging wise, Luna is revealed on stage from between 2 huge neon chess rocks. So they're going with the chess one. Okay. Rooks, not rocks. Rooks. Chess rooks that roll across the stage. Oh my God. So they have 2 neon chess rooks that roll across the stage. She's wearing a shiny PVC-esque red cape with huge pointy shoulders. Jos Klein, the bar has been set. Okay. The cape is removed to reveal a long white dress with red horns. Never thought we'd be adding lethal shoulders to the costume themes this year, but every Eurovision is a new adventure. Luna also has 3 faceless backing dancers in black, white and red respectively, and there's a great moment when she lies on the LED floor and appears to ride a red horse. Appears to ride a red horse. Huge sci-fi chess vibes and a very clever piece of visual theater. Pyro update in the final run-through. There's a big firework jets all around the stage in the final chorus. Okay, I just need to have a sip of water after reading all of this.
All of that was for Poland.
All of that was for Poland. I swear, for one country. So let me go to you do first.
Wow.
You had some vocal reactions there. It sounds like everything but the kitchen sink here, or what are you thinking?
I don't know what to think. What have I just heard? I know we've heard that she has the stage designer that did Embers from the UK 21. And there was all of those meme pictures of basically copy-pasting that staging with just 2 chess towers instead of the trumpets. And I feel like that's kind of what we got based on the description. And I'm very confused.
To be fair, something is allegedly rolling across the stage the way they say it, so it's maybe slightly different.
And there is a horse?
Yeah. Problems with horses, Alexander? What's your issue with the horse? So it's the horse from the chess game, that's the not like an actual horse, the chess.
Oh, okay.
So
so just to be it's a chess piece. And and then the rook is another chess piece. So she is leaning into the theme of the music video. I mean, I could be wrong. It actually has a literal horse there, but I'm pretty sure they're referring to the actual staging. So what are your thoughts, Alexander, just hearing all of this?
Well, first off, let's hope so they don't copy the dice thingy from Greece, Zari. Because if it has something rolling, as you said, it may be a dice. So what if it is a dice? So that's like the first drum of Eurovision this year.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like from all these information, like I honestly, I cannot concentrate. Like, what's the staging? Like, what's the main like story here? Like, I hear like a horse, I hear like something rolling, I hear like chess pieces, this, that. Like, it's too many things, and the song is very simple. It needs very simple staging. I don't know.
Well, clearly they disagree with that because they did not go with that. Here's the thing. I hear what you're saying, Jonathan, about the Ambers thing. I think we're probably in a better shape here only because the Ambers thing was like, they have like these really big trumpets. But that's it, right? They were just hanging there. Nothing happened with it. Clearly here, there is movement. They're rolling across the stage, allegedly. She's sitting on a horse, so she is doing stuff. It's not just props hanging and nothing is happening, right? So it seems to be a little bit more interactive, for the lack of a better word, with them, or involved the staging. That's why I'm a little bit more optimistic. Of course, we have to wait, number one, for the pictures, and number two, for the videos. Even like TikTok itself probably will not be the most revealing or telling because we only get the audience shot, not the actual camera work. But yeah,
hopefully
so that's
we'll
what
be
I'm
able to
thinking.
see what rolling means, though. Because what is that? Is that a wipeout like obstacle course? What does it mean?
She's jumping. I mean, my guess is they're just the two rooks from the chess piece, right? The two rooks chess pieces just blocking the view of her, and they're rolling slowly away to the left and right, I would assume, and she appears in the center of those two rolling objects, basically, right? They go to the side and she appears in her outfit that we were just talking about. So there certainly are trying something, and somebody pointed out in the chat, Poland is this very important point. Don't forget the inevitable screen graphics. This is Poland after all. So I guess it's going to be, and then the backdrop's going to have even more stuff on it. So I think it's going to be visually busy.
What is a year without a Poland meme? Like,
it has become Poland's thing, though. I would be disappointed if they go back to simplistic. I know people always hate it. I'm here for it. It has worked. They qualified for 2 years in a row, right? So
somehow.
Yeah, somehow,
hey, people like it. Well, the jury's not so much, but the televoters for sure. And yeah, whatever we may think, it will not be boring. The question is it going to be too much like, you remember like San Marino riding the bull, all of that stuff a couple of years ago, and all of that stuff where it's just like, oh my God, it's maybe a little too much and all that crazy stuff. Maybe scale back a little. So we shall see. But at least I'm here for this kind of stuff. I don't want to have boring. You know, we want to talk about and go crazy. So we're still waiting for more information. Croatia is taking the stage. Baby Lasagna.
We have a photo.
You have a photo. Show it. Yeah. I cannot bring it up because it's only available on the app, so I don't have it on the desktop.
Can you see it?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little bit of the...
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, I can see his outfit there. So, okay. It's going to be kind of like what, he has worn in the past in like it's not the national final outfit, right? It's more of a music video kind of look from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's more traditional. He has like more traditional sleeves here, and the dancer has like a traditional mask with like something on his, like a choker, and like, yeah, it's very traditional. It's very traditional.
Okay. I have devastating news to you all. Just devastating. Luna confirmed there won't be any screen graphics.
No.
I know, we're all disappointed.
But it's just the first rehearsal. They could add them. No.
Maybe she lied to us. Maybe, we'll get, please do some lightning or something crazy, a horse jumping right out of nowhere. Just make us proud. Make us proud.
Yeah.
So I also jumping back and forth between all of these websites, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit, and it's 15 places they're posting stuff. So if anybody in the chat sees it before me, let me know. I'll do my best. So we're waiting, in case you don't know, waiting for Serbia's Tik Tok, we're waiting for Poland. No, actually, Ukraine's full set of pictures, and any pictures for Poland, and then actually description of Croatia. Speaking of Croatia, Alexandros, do you think they should stick close to the national final? What do you have any idea or any vision what they should be doing?
What I think or what I've
Yes.
like seen, like
Both, whatever you want to like. What you think or what you'd like to see.
So I think that I don't think they will change many things. They don't have to. As you've said before, if it works, it works. You don't have to change it. Now I really like the outfit. I really like this new outfit that they have with like the I don't know how to say it. Like the sleeves are more traditional, are more like a traditional thingy instead of just like plain big sleeves. So I really like that. The only thing that I'm concerned of now that I'm seeing the dancer is like maybe there is like a different vibe for the song, like apart from the traditional crazy that factor. I think it has like a dark vibe, which I'm not sure like if it will be, if it's there. Like, do you remember Hatari? Like
naturally.
the Iceland group. Yeah, I can see a little bit of that on the dancer, which is concerning for me. Like, where is this going? Like only that, but otherwise I think it will go great. Like I really like the outfit.
Well, this is Croatia's moment because it's been a few years since they've been really the country to be like the one to be talked about and a contender. So they cannot just go half-ass on this one. Jonathan, do you have any other thoughts like staging? You hoping kind of more like what you saw in the national final, or you want them to switch it up a little?
I wanted them to switch it up. I wasn't a big fan of the national final performance. I thought that it was messy and I wasn't featuring the costumes very much. And I loved the music video. I was hoping that they would do something a bit more close to that, like lean more to the like country simplistic farm vibe. And in my opinion, as I said before when we were discussing Ireland, this should be about storytelling. If the entire song is like, I'm moving away, I'm going to the city, I want to see that. I want to see the transformation happening on stage. Like, I want him to start as this country boy with his red vest, and then, like, I don't know, slowly being like forcibly transformed into a city boy. I think that could be really cool. And I want to see countries being more playful with like these ideas instead of just having like a singer with their costume and like a cool thing on stage. Like, do this storytelling. Do what Ireland did. I don't know.
He could pull a cow on stage and then sell it. And then bring his cat and just like, bye, kitty, bye. Meow, meow.
We can expect that for sure.
You asked for it, Jonathan, so you shall receive.
Honestly, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I know.
But regardless, also just have like deep camera cuts, like harsh camera cuts that like move from theme to theme to theme, because the entire song is very like the rim tim tagidim. I want to feel that rhythm in the camera work, and I hope that they would do something cool there.
Okay. So I am hearing we got a few additional pictures, this time from Ukraine. Hold on tight. I got to move this window over. So let's take a look together, shall we? Screen. And now I got to go back to window, not tab. Okay. So as you can see here, that's the picture we saw earlier. So there's this little like platform rocky thing that you can see. It looks like shooting stars of fireworks in the back there. So she's climbing up there a little. Okay, this picture's not very telling. Oh, the backdrop is really pretty.
Wow.
Huh.
But she's not climbing. She said they're going to climb into the wind machine, right? And then here. So that's all the pictures we're getting. So you get to see a little bit of the platform. It's not a whole lot. So Alexandros, based on what you just saw, these 3.5 pictures, what are your thoughts?
Well, I really think that Ukraine is gonna go like they're gonna go great on Eurovision this year. They're gonna be for sure like in the top 10. I'm not saying that only because of the photos. Like, of course, it's like 5 photos. We cannot judge based on that. We don't know how the whole performance looks. These are just photos. These are not from the cameras that we're gonna see on TV. So many things, but from what I'm seeing, everything looks good. Everything looks like professional. Looks emotional. It has that emotional feeling, like with the backdrop and the effects. The outfits are really great. I think I really like it kind of reminds me of like ancient Greek, like an outfit
Oh, I
from
can see that.
ancient
Yeah,
Greece.
yes,
I
can
don't know
see that.
why. Yeah.
No, I get it. I
So
get
I
it.
really like it.
There's almost like a toga
Yeah.
feel to it for sure. How about you, Jonathan? You think this is a non-qualifier now? Or-
No way. But I feel abused by the Eurovision Instagram because I want to see more. These are like these gave me nothing. I like the ramp. It reminds me more of Brunette. It reminds me of Victoria from 2021 Bulgaria. Like it reminds me that kind of ramp where she was on it
Yeah.
and was the sand and everything. And I thought that also the color palette kind of reminded me of that song, so I was drawn to that. I really like Jerry's Heil's dress. I think that it is a good dress. Still not into the arm or shoulder pads, but that can be fixed.
Are you listening? Ukraine?
Yeah, hopefully. But I just I want to see how it looks like because it's not giving me enough to work with. Obviously, they'll do great. It will get a good result. And I think that it is a good staging. I just can't be confident saying that because I don't really know what I'm working with here, apart from their outfit and what prop is on stage.
Yeah, I actually agree with you as well. I think the pictures out of all of the videos that we've seen so far have been the least telling. It's more like, we're going to give you this tiny little bit, but that's about it. So I think once we get the full gallery on the Eurovision side, it's going to be maybe a little bit more telling. And of course, eventually, probably like tomorrow at 4 a.m., we'll get the TikTok at this point. So yeah, I'm just refreshing TikTok as well, and updates there. So we have to be a little bit more patient on that. So yeah, they take a long time. But it's always interesting to see, you know, as the TikToks come in, who gets the most views. Of course, certain countries have a bigger, more passionate base, to put it that way, you know, so that can be a little skewy as well, but it's still an interesting indicator sometimes. I haven't asked you that yet, Jonathan, yet, because you know, when you joined, just, you don't have to give them all, but maybe like your top 3 or your few favorite songs of the year. Who's like some of your favorites?
Okay, so I'll say top 4 because like I feel like there is a very distinct top 4 for me, which
Okay, that's fair.
from the rest. And 4th might be a shock. Not a very popular country from what I've seen, which is very unfortunate, and that is Malta. I really like that song. I think that it is very energetic, and it should by all means be a qualifier. And I am very sad to see her down there in the odds, but I am rooting for you, Miss Bonici.
Yes.
Definitely the top of the season for me.
When I did my reaction live stream, I listened to it, even though it's not my kind of song, but like, I know, because slow-mo isn't my song, you know, all these songs, usually these girl bops, those particular style, not my thing, but like, clearly that's going to be super popular, you know, it's up the alley of every Eurovision fan. So, and then I look like, wait, what? People don't like this one. You should be liking this on paper. So I guess it's just a disconnect. So I'm not too surprised to hear that. Oh, maybe now I am, because not that many people. But I thought so too, that people would like it. So I'm not shocked. But yeah, you are the exception.
I know. And I will be voting for her in that semi. And also just in general, yeah, I think she should be one of the best dancers to pull off that live. But after that, 3rd place, I have Norway. I love them. This is Norway has been delivering for many years now, but this is one of their best entries in my opinion, and I'm very happy that they went back to old school Norwegian and they have diverted a little bit from their pop era into something a bit more dark and interesting. And very, very, very well done, Norway. I am
hold on
also...
to your thoughts. Interrupt because Croatia's description is up, and then we're going to continue with that. Okay.
Okay.
Time for last rehearsal of the day. Croatia are wrapping things up, starting soon. Okay, receive picture of Silia. Here we go. After Let 3 sent a high bar for memorable performances in Liverpool last year, underpants anyone? This year's singer-songwriter Marco Purisic, aka Baby Lasagna, has seized the baton with Rim Tim Tagi Dim. Okay, this is just lots of fluff here. Okay, staging wise, the setup is similar to when Baby Lasagna swept the board at Dora 24. Elements of traditional dancing, Baby Lasagna in giant frilly sleeves, great use of the whole stage, but the whole performance has been polished up for Malmö, from the dance routine to the herd of neon farm animals on the LED wall. Dancing neon cats make an appearance right at the end. Surely this will have some pyro. We'll meow back as soon as we know. So I have to go back to real quick to you, Jonathan, then to you, Alexandros. I know you said you didn't necessarily want to have the national final performance. It seems like we're going to get those elements, but it seems like they're going to change up the dancing a little bit, and they're going to have a very interesting and LED backdrop based on this very short little tiny little idea of what they're doing. What are your thoughts now? You curious or you disappointed?
Slightly disappointed, but I'm not going to judge before we see the pictures and the TikToks and YouTube, obviously, in the upcoming days. But generally, it will be interesting. It's the first time in a long while that Croatia is a favorite, and I'm wondering what are they going to do with all of this hype and momentum. And hopefully, even if they don't win this year or do as well as they anticipated, I think that it should give Croatia a good boost for the upcoming years. And I don't know, maybe like get a good Dora next year to pick from. So
yeah. Somebody said, like, it sounds very silly on paper, but we shall see. Maybe, yeah, they're leaning into the campy part, maybe, of this performance. Alexandros, what are your first initial reaction when you heard that description?
So until like the part where you said the thing about the animal, which I think it's a nice it's a nice surprise that we're gonna have like a bit of a something more to laugh about. Like the whole song has its seriousness, but also it has like this funny side, which I really like. Like the fact that don't take me seriously, I'm just like rim tin in, like the whole thing. But I think I really like that they're going with the Dora like setting. I really like that because I didn't find anything wrong apart from that it was a little bit empty. Like I needed something more for the background, and now I'm sure that they will have like more things. The lighting will be better. The vocals will be a lot better. So yeah,
I agree with you with the staging, and the Dora felt a little empty, but we know Eurovision they will not allow that to happen, especially not when we're in Sweden. But before we continue that, here's Poland. We got a handful of pictures here. Are you ready? So this is her outfit. I know she's gonna have a wardrobe change at some point, but these are the spiky red things they were talking about. Oy. See, this is how she starts out in her outfit. That's a pretty backdrop. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the chess pieces that we're talking about in this picture, but we'll get that eventually. So, and then, okay, so she's standing inside of something here.
Are those the rooks?
Maybe, but they're tiny rooks then. I thought they would be, I don't know. But they're not that tall, so you should have to kind of squat on the floor for it to, for it to be not visible. So I don't know. Oh, see, do you see this here? I assume those are the ones. So it's like a close-up shot. So, okay, and then they maybe move to the side. Okay. And Okay, so here are the pyro.
Oh.
Oh, look at them. Those are
Wow.
the rooks. So they're not rolling. I mean, okay, when they're rolling, I thought they were actually like rolling.
Oh.
They have like rolls underneath them, and they're on top of them at some point. One dancer and her, I guess. And then whoa! All right, holy camoly! So I was initially saying maybe they should stay away from the whole chest theme, but maybe I stand corrected here. That was based just on the pictures. Visually, I am very, very, very interested. I love it. I love the idea. I love her outfits. First of all, I think she looks fabulous, and I think with the right camera work, this could be a moment. This could be a moment. Jonathan, what are you thinking?
Well, when you were showing the photos, I've read the Instagram comments in the background, and someone said Vox Populi staging moment, and I couldn't agree more. And unfortunately, that really didn't work out for them in the Finnish national final. And I am not sure if it will work for her here. Like, it's definitely looking better than I expected with like rooks on the sides rolling, and she has to, I don't know, jump above them. But it's confusing, and it has a lot of ideas that I'm not sure if I'm connected to all of them. However, the song is still good. It's a very very modern pop song. And I think that based on that, it should still have a good voting base. Like, I'm not writing it off at all. I think that it's just not what I expected. And I think that I am going to enjoy this staging for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I'm for one, I'm excited about Poland pulling all the the kitchen things and throwing them. I mean, it is in that sense a little bit more literal because the rook is basically a tower, right? The rook is a tower in the chess game, so that's probably why she's going literal. Like, I'm gonna tower. Like, she's sitting on a tower, literally. So they're leaning into that aspect of it. It's gonna be busy, but sometimes busy can be bad, right? We talked about Amber's was very busy, but the difference was, number one, nothing happened on stage. Number two, vocally it was a little but although some people said Luna's vocals in like some of the performances previously were not as solid, so we have to wait to see that here, but we have much better sound production here, so I'm not quite as concerned about that. Alexandros, what is your first impression?
So I forgot to say that I really like the song. Like, I really like it this year. Like, I think it's a great song. But like, as someone wrote it, like, sometimes less is best. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but like, yeah, less is best. I think like these type of songs, which can be because like this year we have many upbeat songs. So we have like Netherlands, we have like Greece, we have Cyprus, we have Switzerland, we have like so many upbeat songs, and the ballads this year can really if they do the staging right, they can really outshine. But like if it's too messy, it's the opposite of that.
Yes, I will say this. I'll give Poland some props here, well, literally as well, because they have a lot of props there. But I meant, no pun intended, because they have the running order that may not be the most ideal, going right after Ukraine and right before like what you call it, Croatia. You know, two big hitters, like the two big songs of Semi One, and they have to somehow, somewhere stand out. So that is, I think, what they're trying to get accomplished here. So if anyone has like really suffering from the running order by the producers, I felt like Poland got the short end of the stick, being the two biggest likely qualifiers from the semi. So I think they really doing whatever they can to stand out. So that's my thinking. So I want to see more pictures, and of course the TikTok. Yeah, let me just refresh TikTok. I'm sure we have Serbia now. Yes, we do. Wait.
Oh.
So let me pause this. And I by the way, I need to turn off the sound every now and then because of copyright. So I may bring the sound up and down so you guys can also check it out later on your own. Let me see here. TikTok. Share. There she is. Ready?
so ready.
Let's
Well,
go.
if it will let me. Can you hear it?
Hi, this is Teya Dora, and I'm representing Serbia this year at the Eurovision in Malmö. I'm super excited. We just had an in-year rehearsal, and then we're gonna go on stage. And I don't know, guys, I'm just like in the clouds.
She's
I'm
not
so
happy. Okay. So I'm going to turn this down until she starts singing. So you can see this here. There you go. All right. There you go. So that is the TikTok for Serbia. I will say my impression is it looks really, really pretty. Of course, this particular performance, seeing it from the audience may be less exciting because you only see her standing there singing. There's the rock. There's some pretty backdrop, but it's not like, oh my God, this is da 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 da. This is all about the camera angles and the work and the emotion that how she performs that song. And I think putting myself into like the camera work mindset right now, especially we saw the pictures, I think it will look amazing. So to me, the actual TikTok clip, maybe it may come across as underwhelming or just whelming because now it's not as exciting, but I do think visually they really captivated the feel of the song, and it's going to look really, really good. But I think visually they're doing everything right here with the mood that the song's supposed to portray. So I am very pleased with what I'm seeing from Serbia. I think they nailed it. How do you feel, Jonathan?
I really liked it. It's what I expected. I'm wondering why did they show us one of the rehearsals where they didn't use the smoke? That's kind of unfortunate. I'd love to see that on stage. Because we obviously know that there is smoke probably during the entire song. So what we've seen is not quite representative of what will be on stage. However, the backdrop, amazing. Her vocals, fantastic, as we've expected. And yeah, just again, hoping that this is enough, and I am getting more and more confident in her that she'll be able to pull it off.
Okay, yeah, you seemed somewhat confident earlier, so it seems like you're getting more and more on that side, which is good. You know, that's I'm sure what the Serbia team wants to hear. How about you, Alexandros? How do you feel?
I feel like the same for the thing about the camera. Like it's a little bit underwhelming. Like seeing it from that angle, but I think it will look great. Like the effect that it had behind with like the thunder and like also the thing about the smoke. Also another thing, like maybe they want to keep it a secret and they want to show it only on the are we gonna get like a dress rehearsal clip, or is it like we will see directly the semifinal performance?
So what we'll get during the second round of individual rehearsals, which will be for these countries in 4 days, 3 or 4 days, we get like 30 minutes, 30 minutes, wouldn't that be nice? 30 seconds of camera work of each.
Oh, so we will get it. Okay.
So you get like a 30-second feel of the things, and then the delegation kind of gets to decide which 30 seconds they want to show to the world and what they want to hide, I guess. I know the Polish team has changed. They're not going to have all these effects, but they previously deliberately made sure that everyone can see the screen effects prematurely. And people were like, whoa. So, but they knew they knew what they were doing, getting all of that hype and discussion on there. So, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. So today and for the next 3 days, only TikTok from the arena shots, and then the second round of individual rehearsals will be the 30-second camera work clips. And then next week, those of us who have accreditation will be able to watch the dress rehearsals, and we'll give you the breakdown of it. So now we just out of the ones that we've seen the pictures so far, all of them, which of you were you the most impressed with? We have to still wait on Croatia, of course, so we only have 6 of them. But Jonathan, which one out of all the 6 that we've seen so far has impressed you the most?
I think, well, despite it not being my favorite song at all, I have to say Ireland. Wow, just wow. Absolutely amazing.
That's fair. And that's what we're doing. I know we all have, because there's certain songs that, I like better than others, but, I'm trying to look at the staging and like what they bring together, for the most likely good outcome for them. So you were saying Ireland, Alexandros, who do you pick so far?
Hands down, Ireland. Like, I think the same. Like, it's not my cup of tea, as I said, but like the staging is so good. It's so unique. It's so like the whole vibe is perfect. So Ireland, yeah.
All right. Well, I will switch it up then, and instead I will say Ireland too. Now, on it, and the difference, I am in love with that song. Like I'm obsessed with it. I'm like, oh, I can't get enough of it. So I have probably high expectations unintentionally, but they still, at the bare minimum, met them, if not succeeded them. I don't want to take away from some of the other performances, though, that pictures that I've seen so far. I, for one, still enjoy. I'm happy that Poland went all in. I think Serbia did a fine job with the staging. We have to wait, of course, a little bit more for Ukraine, but I think that one's going to look nice as well. Is there anyone so far out of the ones, I know we're still waiting for Croatia, at least one picture, that you are underwhelmed by, Jonathan, or not? You don't feel anyone has disappointed you yet, per se?
Well, I've not really felt any disappointment thus far, but also most of my favorites have not rehearsed today, so I'm waiting.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that in a second. We haven't gotten to all of them yet. There's so much going on right now. So, yeah, we had like Norway and Malta as your favorites, and your top 2 are still missing. Okay,
Yes.
How about you, Alexander? Has anyone disappointed or underwhelmed you so far, out of the ones that you've seen so far?
I mean, not disappoint, because like Mamo does an exceptional job at making everything look great. Like camera work, staging makes every song look better and feel better. But like the only song that I would say that it doesn't excite me as much, it would be maybe Lithuania and Cyprus. So like these 2 are kinda underwhelming. Not disappointed, but like,
yeah,
okay.
Maybe not
We've seen
underwhelmed,
them.
but
It's
just
okay.
whelmed. Well, that sounds like it. You're not overwhelmed. You're just like whelmed. You're like, okay, I was not like blown away by
yeah.
them. Yeah, I will. I mean, I will. I'm okay with Lithuania because yes, it's not the most exciting staging. I think they nailed it a little bit more with the vibe of the song. So I think they knew their directions. Cyprus, on the other hand, I feel a little, as the opener, I felt like a little bit more maybe should have happened rather than the fairly, predictable, me dancing with 4 dancers. I think there is a market for it. I'm just worried a little that it may be overshadowed by some of the other songs. And if it were up to me, it would be a qualifier, right? So based on personal taste. But at this point, I'm getting a little bit more, okay, we'll see. I don't know if it stands out enough to really leave a mark, because there are so many big hitters like between like number 2 and 7 that Cyprus may not be the one to stand out. So that's my only thing I will say. I'm not sure if you want to call it underwhelming, but certainly concerned, because I don't think they necessarily elevated it. They just matched the energy of what it is. They didn't hurt, like they didn't make it worse. I just don't know if they made it better. So somebody said in the chat, pyro alert for Croatia. Let me read that real quick. It says big smoke jets during the violence, then fire jets in each chorus, and cracker fireworks before the techno bridge. By far the biggest pyro display of the day. Who will be it be tomorrow? So we are hearing that Croatia has the biggest pyro moment. Jonathan, is that what we need for this one?
Definitely. But also smoke jets. I am a little scared because when I've attended Turin 2 years ago, I went to see I went to see many of the shows there, but the smoke jets are so loud, it's sometimes even distracting, like, because you can hear that even through the camera at home. Like, that's very distracting. So maybe less of that and more of the other pyro, but yeah, we love pyro. Who doesn't? So more pyro is always welcomed.
One of the things that I've learned over the years, of course, it's so much fun attending Eurovision, right? Being the arena, soaking in the energy and the vibes. The show is made for TV and not the audience. And sometimes, some performances look kind of like, okay, but then on camera, it looks like, oh my God. So that stuff you don't usually hear on camera much, but in the audience, it's like, oh my God, this is very, very distracting. And then sometimes they block off the view from the audience so they can do the really cool camera shots. Even with Armenia with a snap, with a big wall. That's not always like the most pleasant experience, in the audience when you're on camera. It's like, oh, this is so cool, So
or with Greece and the green suits.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's like even worse. Oh gosh, I still have PTSD from Greece because they came after me. Do you remember all of that, Alexandros? The drama with Greece United in Greece?
About the 2021 song?
Yes.
No.
No, okay, that's what's probably not right. So, to give you a little flashback of what had happened, I'm not going to go into the details, but our team, we were giving reviews, comments on the rehearsal, and we had some concerns about the green screen not working right. And one person said, I think my favorite shots were the one where they didn't use the green screen, right? So, and the next day, the delegation came up to our table and was like, so we heard you hate our performance. Everyone in Greece is talking about it. I'm like, what? We didn't hate it. We just, So I had to go to the side.
They really came up to you?
Yes. And so I had to come aside. Like, no, first of all, we weren't hateful or anything, but, some people took any sort of like constructive criticism the wrong way. And then it bubbled up to the delegation and they're just like, so, and they're like, well, we haven't seen your comments. I'm like, but you approaching me, So, and it happened on live stream too. That was the funny part. So it was it was funny. So I just walked away with him and I talked to him, but then he came back the next day. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm like, no, I get it. It was just a little like a moment that I was like, I cannot, I don't know what to say.
Well, I was saying the same thing with you. So like I was very concerned about the suits all the time. Like I was like, no, that's not like. So I don't know.
Yeah, people say, I remember that moment, those who've been around there. Yeah, it was, we had all these moments, like every year we had a moment like that, when we still had the live stream also in the press center. So I wasn't upset or anything. It was just like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Wait before the Polish delegation this year comes up to us and being like, so you think we're doing a wipeout track? So
yeah, exactly. You'll get that. Yeah, well, I'm not local this time around, so my team can deal with all the backlash. So we can say the worst things on here, and my team can deal with the outcome. So let's insult every single artist right now. Now,
perfect.
Let's start with Baby Lasagna, that bitch. No, I'm kidding. So now let me see any updates. Nope. So technically rehearsals are done for the day. So in the arena, they're all packing up and getting drunk. But we still have to wait for, of course, some of the TikToks. We're not going to stick. I mean, Croatia's TikTok will not be out until a long, long time. But we want to talk a little bit about what we've seen so far, and at least wait for the pictures. So let's see, refreshing here real quick. There's gonna be a little break between Poland and Ukraine because there was also a lunch break in the arena. So it doesn't surprise me there will be a delay here getting those out, but I assume we get them sooner than later. So questions in the chat at ESC United that we can add. Was it Focus? I don't know what the person's name was, to be honest. He was actually, I want to be fair. I kind of would like making fun. He was actually very nice. He was not mean, whoever that person was. He was just kind of more like coming up, maybe wanted to get some input, but the way he phrased it, I was like, everybody was mad in Greece. And I'm like, oh, okay. So but then the next day we became like, we talked to each other all the time. So it was a very nice experience with the person. So I don't want to make it sound like they were rude because they were very, very nice. But it was just a funny little moment. I remember also the moment that was when we in Tel Aviv, actually, when we had I was live streaming. That moment went viral as well. That one, I don't remember where the person was from, what country, but she came up during my live stream and asked me about how much I hate Hatari. I'm like, what are you talking about? I love them. And then she was disappointed that I liked them, and she just walked away. It was just so funny as well. There's always these moments where people come like, I am on live stream right now. You know that everybody's watching. But I'm like, talk to me and make yourself look like a fool. Those are, oh yeah, people are begging me, Yehonatan, they want to know your top 2 because we got 4 Malta, 3 Norway. So drum rolls, who's your number 2?
Okay, number 2, and one of the countries that I need to win ASAP, Armenia. They are delivering every single year. Every single year they're near my top, and I really, really, really want them to win. I don't think it's in their cards this year, but I'm still hoping for a very good result in the semi and the final, because I do think that they are going to qualify. Let me be brave and say that. But yeah, generally, it's such a fun entry. This is what I love about Eurovision. Countries coming to show their culture and have fun on stage. This is the definition of fun. And I want to see more of that. And when I first heard it, it just reminded me of Moldova's 2022 entry, Chisinau, Bucharest. I can't say the title, so I'm not going to. But yeah, just a very fun entry, hoping that it can do good. And my number 1, finally.
Wait, before you do that, am I remembering correctly that Austria's team came up to you in 22 about Vincent Bueno staging? No. Well, first of all, he was in 21. They didn't come up to us. At least I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't on camera, but no, they didn't come up to me. At least. So I'm trying. No, we had other cool moments in 21. I remember the what's his name from Czechia in 21. His name? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about, right? And anyways, he came up, he brought his hoverboard kind of thing, and Melanie got on it, and she could not figure it out and screamed so loud for the entire press center. It was hilarious. That got caught on camera as well.
I remember that,
yeah. Yeah. So I still
What's his name,
Benny Cristo or something like that? Something like that? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Benny Cristo. That's what they're saying. Yeah. It's so hard to remember the names on the spot here. Yeah. So, but now, sorry to interrupt you, because everyone's waiting. Who is your number 1 of 2024, and why are you wrong? Go ahead.
And why am I wrong? Well, many reasons. But my number 1 and the country that I really, really hope can pull it off and win this year is Italy. I love, love, love that song.
Yes.
And
wow, same as Alexandros Space. It was the first one he mentioned as well.
Yay! Go us! I love that entry from the first listen, and I generally think that this Sanremo was one hell of a strong Sanremo. And I don't say that lightly every year. This was a very good Sanremo. Many songs deserve to win, but this was my favorite, even in Sanremo, and I was very happy that it won. Generally, it is a very meaningful entry. I think that the lyrics are very good, and despite that, it's just fun, it's energetic, and it's fresh. And yeah, I know we should be all terrified by another Italian hosting this soon after the previous one, saying that from experiencing that. But I love Italy as a country, and I would love them to win and maybe try and improve with the hosting. But they can. I trust them.
My favorite part of the Italy hosting was, sure, we can talk about the whole sun thing all day long, the staging, all this stuff. But for me, it was all about, it is an international event. So the fact that they had virtually no English signs up in the whole press, and even outside, all the press people just running around with a chicken with their heads cut off, where do you pick up accreditation? Where is the entrance? No one knew where to go. So we were all just running around and couldn't figure it out. No one could read the signs. So that was still my favorite memory in hindsight. I hated it then. But no, and it was funny. They're just they'll figure it out. We don't speak English here. I'm it's an international event, y'all. You need to help us out. We don't speak Italian. So that was funny.
I felt that too when I was in semifinal 1 jury show in Turin, and we were sitting, we were quite up the audience, and next to us there were only Italian people. I was like, what is this? We're like a group of international friends that we went there, and there were like so many these like middle-aged Italian people going to see the show, and they didn't know the songs, and we were next to them like screaming, singing the entire like lyrics for the Albanian, and none of us were from Albania, and we were still singing in Albanian, and they were like, what is what?
There was a lot of that, even like in the Eurovillage. It was very non-Eurovision focused. Have you been to the Eurovillage in Turin? Did you go to the village at all? So that, I mean, there were moments where they had, of course, Eurovision, but oftentimes it was just nothing. Like very seen. It was just like random bands playing all day long, and then evening they showed Eurovision. You know? It was just like on the screen. It was always funny. So, but it's, you know, it's, you know, they live and they learn. So if they were to win again, first of all, I don't think we would go to Turin anyways. It would be a pretty different city this time around. But we shall see. I don't want to go to Italy, not because I've been there so many times. It's like probably the most visited country of mine in Europe. So like, give me something else.
That's very valid, though.
Well, the thing is, do you want to like?
Go ahead.
Is it like? Do you want to go to Switzerland or Italy?
No, I don't want to sell my house. So
yeah.
Yeah. So no, I see the countries that I want to visit. They're not going to win this year because I actually would then root for Malta as well.
Yes, let's make it happen.
So I want to go to Iceland. So go here, Bjork. And yeah, so I think out of the ones that are contender, the one I really want to visit, putting the songs aside, is Croatia, actually, because I've never been and I always wanted to visit that part of the country. So I want to go to Croatia. So that another reason.
And we can hope for Greece.
Huh? Greece,
and we can hope for Greece.
I would love to go to Greece. I've never been. So, that's not true. When I was 2 years old or 3 years old, but I don't remember anything, of course. So, but, you know, since I have a brain, since then, I could not remember it. So, I would love that as well. So those, you know, but it's not a fair requirement, you know, picking the countries I want to visit. So, yeah.
I would also love a sunny Eurovision in Croatia or Greece. Like, that would be perfect.
Would be perfect. So I'd be fine with that. But Switzerland would make me nervous because, I mean, it's what it is, you know. I mean, they have to provide some affordable housing, you know, someplace. And then, or you have to always, depending on what city it would be, and you have to drive across the country border, you know, line like from Austria or something like that into it. And who else? I'm trying to think. Is there another country? We've been to Italy.
We'll all stay in Liechtenstein and just like hop over.
Oh yeah, that's true. Liechtenstein. I mean, they have like 3 hotel rooms, you know, so that's a little difficult. I don't think Netherlands is going to win. I know it's number 3 in the betting odds. I just don't see it happening. But that would be fine because that's close to my family. So Ukraine is not going to win now. They're dropping in the odds as well. And we wouldn't go to Ukraine anyways right now, you know, for Eurovision. So then it would come down to who comes second, you know. Yeah. So do you think if Greece nails the staging, could they win? Alexandros, I almost don't want to ask you that question because, you know, you just probably wish hoping, but do you think they could win actually? Or
well, actually, okay, like, let's talk serious. I like the song. I am from Greece, but I don't think we can pull it off this year. Like, I really want to. I really believe in the song, in Marina Sati, in everyone this year. But I think we can achieve a perfect top 10 placement, or even a top 5, being like more, being a positive kind of guy like right now. But I really think like the contenders are like, for me, it's Italy. It gives me like the vibe of the winner. Like, it resonates with people from all the ages. Like, that is the main thing. Like, it can resonate with people my age, people like older or even younger. And
can you stop looking at me when you're saying
like
that? Thank you.
No, I did not. I did not.
It's also my mom's favorite, so definitely.
Oh no, I'm your mom's. Okay, there we go. It's getting worse and worse here. How do I keep these two guys? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, for me, it's the same because like my mom really likes the song. Yeah. So that's true. So yeah, I can see that being like the winner. But like, I hope Greece we can pull it off, but I don't think so. Like,
Yeah. I think the reason why I don't think Greece could actually do really well in the televote, I don't think it's vocally the kind of song that gets enough support from the juries. You know what I mean? I think in order for that, I think it's a little bit less jury friendly, and you need to be at least like top 4, top 5 with the juries. And I don't necessarily think that's Greece's fate this year, but I could easily see a top 10, you know, for Greece. So I'm not counting that out. So, but no, I agree with you on that. What time's the turquoise carpet? I don't know at the top of my head. It is going to be on Sunday, not tomorrow Sunday, but the Sunday, next Sunday. Do you know top of your head, guys, what time it is? It's like in the early evening usually, right? Like at 4 or 5 or something like that.
I think I have the time from the media handbook.
Like yeah, it's the media handbook came out today. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I mean, the rules sometimes change a little, but for the most part, it's kind of like identical. Just maybe there's some stricter rules.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't say. Like it
doesn't say yet.
It has like a blank, like a space blank. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it's usually like around 5 or so, something like that. And then they go and have like a cocktail dinner thing, or they get to talk to each other and all of that stuff. So it's, you know, it's a big thing. I personally, do you guys follow the Jonathan? Do you ever watch the turquoise carpet, walking them all there, or is it not your thing?
I actually really like watching that because, first of all, people pull a lot of very interesting fashion choices, and it's always very fun to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's usually funny. Let's put it at funny. But yeah, I watch it, and it's exciting because it's like the firing shot for the Eurovision week, and yeah, it's a little nice ceremony. So I do.
Yeah, so I've been to many carpets at Eurovision as part of the press thing, and I always hated that part because I hate doing this. I'm not a very like aggressive person, but you have to be very aggressive there when you want to do interviews. And I'm like, John Lundvik, talk to me. I am da 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 da, and I'm just like, I just done that, and then they just look at you weirdly, and I hate it so much. So I no longer do interviews at those because it's just, you know, I don't get much out of those not even 2 minutes, 1 minute interviews, you know. And like, what are you wearing? If somebody asked me, I'd be like, clothes, you know. So it's just like, as you can see, you know, I'm just wearing black all the time, you know. So I'm not necessarily the one to ask for fashion. I get it when people are into that, but I've never, unless I had to be there for work, I never watched the whatever carpet it is, because it just takes too long. I was like, I don't have time for that. But when you're on site, you know, you want to do other stuff, you know. So I'm always like getting ready for Euro Club or whatever, you know, or doing some videos, etc., etc. Do you watch it, Alexandros, or is it not your thing? The turquoise carpet or red carpet?
I really like watching it. Like, I haven't been to Eurovision like on site to see it, like even from the arena or the red carpets or the rehearsals or anything. But like for me, the opening ceremony always sets the tone. Like I can see if the event is gonna be like in a great production wise, or like it's gonna be like a tour in 2022, like kind of production. Yeah.
Like the host couldn't even pronounce the artist and all that stuff. Is that what you're implying? Yes,
of course not. But like,
no, it's all good. I get what you're saying.
Always sets the tone. Like,
yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. I'm going to photo gallery. People keep saying Poland's pictures are up. There's no link on Reddit, I don't think. And I don't see when I go to the website, I don't see them. If somebody can put the link in the description box, I'd greatly appreciate it. Who do you predict will impress us most during tomorrow with staging? So, as we all know, tomorrow is the second half of Semi 1 rehearsing. Out of those that are showing up, who do you think, just based on your own personal gut, who do you think will or most impress us most, or you has the potential to really blow us away? I'm going to start with you, Jonathan. Is there anyone you think is going to do really well, or you're looking forward to a lot?
Well, There are many that I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I say the two that I think could be like very interesting to see are Slovenia, where this could be like a hit or miss moment, and I love that song, and I hope that she can hit. And Australia, which I think that they were holding back a lot with that, well, music video, I guess you can call it. But they're definitely, I hope, saving up money for that performance. And Australia is known to always bring it on stage. And I expect nothing less than like really good, high energy performance from them. They're very two charismatic performers. And even though that song didn't get much hype, I do think that it should be good live and it should glide through to the final.
Okay, so that, and we briefly talked about it earlier, Alessandros, about the second half, and I think I'm trying to remember what your answer was, but you said which song are you looking forward to the most?
Same.
Or like you
I think Australia.
Yeah, I think everyone, because it's such a big question mark, because we know Australia tends to be really, really good at, or at least doing something with the staging, whether you're flying on sticks or bringing a whole futuristic cars on stage or all that stuff, you know, they're going all out. Yes, we can kind of look away from 21, but they were remote. So I feel like that doesn't even really count for them, the year 21. But besides that, they've been always on top of their game. And a little bird told me what we have a Lithuania Tik Tok. I'm going to bring it up in 2 hot seconds. Are you guys ready? So once again, I may have to turn down the sound at times because copyright, but I'll do what I can. So let me first bring it up here. And here we go.
Hey guys, so we're about to go up on the stage for the
I'm gonna have him quiet. Sorry, I know he's doing an interview and that's why I turned it down, but you know, the background music. So you can watch it afterwards. Okay, this is not the live stuff, so this is just like, there you go. Okay, this is not my, okay, so it's nice to see the top here, the ceiling there. That's really nice. Am I dancing? No. This is the part I wanted to see. That's my favorite part. It's very fun. Okay, there you have it. So I will probably say the similar thing that I said about Serbia. I think this really comes down to the camera, because right now it basically feels like the national final, just, you know, with bigger staging and lighting there a little bit. So it's very dark, which is intentional, right? With the dark red and the blue and all of that stuff. So I can see some people maybe being put off by that, but this one is very hard to judge for me, just because it is the camera work that is really needed here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait before I give my final judgment here. How about you, Jonathan? Where do you fall?
Well, one thing I was wondering while watching this performance is, do you know how those boxes? First of all, no one used them thus far today, which I would like to see more people using the boxes on like top of the stage. Like that's a really, at least
now we haven't seen it yet in the clips. You know, they may
could be maybe in the beginnings of certain performances they start with them on stage and then they lift them up. But what I have seen is that they project the same backdrop that they have behind the dancers and him on the cubes as well. And what I'm wondering is there a camera shot where it looks like it is a continuation of the backdrop, like they make it look like this is the backdrop and up here are the cubes, and it could be a cool moment. So if they are doing that, I'd be very interested. But yeah, generally, as you said, it's nothing new really, generally fine. I am waiting to see more, but that was my opinion kind of the song from the get-go, so I'm biased here, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I'll jump into the Poland pictures in just a second here. Thank you for posting the link, by the way. Alexandros, your quick thoughts on Lithuania's clip?
I'm just gonna say what I'm reading. I'm a little on this one. Like, it's the same with Cyprus. I don't feel like I've seen much. I don't know. So, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, no, the clip is very difficult to really do a whole lot of commenting on. Here we go. So this is Poland pictures. We saw some of them, of course, already. This one we saw. This one we have not seen. So as you may recall, we had the faceless dancer in red earlier. So here's the faceless dancer in white. So doing a lot of choreography. The backdrop is really pretty. That's the dress she starts out in, and at some point it comes off. I forgot at what point though. Okay, so there is the rook, the big rook that she is on. Probably was pretty expensive to get them over there to Malmö. Definitely the biggest props this year so far. I mean, we've only had one small number of people. This is a really nice shot. As you pointed out, Jonathan, we can see the actual top part of the stage. We don't know if it's going to be used for the actual visuals, but you can see a tiny little camera shot there in the back as well, the screen, but it's not really telling us much. And again, these are the two rooks. She's moving a lot, you can tell. She's not just standing on the rooks. They lift her. She's moving around. She's doing a lot of choreography, so hopefully she'll be able to manage keeping her voice where it needs to be. And there's the black faceless dancers. They have the black, white, and red one. So these are the main colors, of course, then of the staging.
Oh, I thought it was a shadow.
Oh, there. No,
oh, it's a dancer.
It's a dancer, yes. And then we saw that one earlier as well. And there we go. So I cannot help but I am super interested in seeing the whole thing because there's just so much going on. I know it could be too much. It could go down the San Marino route, of riding a bull, maybe a little bit too much. Or maybe it is just like entertaining enough, kind of like I'm saying it's going to do as well as Finland, but Finland had like a lot of staging with the cage and all that stuff last year. It was a lot, but it worked. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Any other thoughts from you guys in regards to the Polish pictures, or kind of just same, but it's like earlier?
About like I don't have anything to say about the pictures, but like the thing that you said about the cubes, the only country that I think will use them like fully throughout the performance is Greece. Like they will be down, I think, from what I've heard, and then they will go up at the end of the song. So let's see, like on Monday.
Nope. That is fair. That is absolutely fair. Let me refresh Instagram real quick. Nothing else.
I do have a question, though. We've just seen the Poland pictures, like the gallery, but we have not seen Ukraine. Have we?
Oh, no, you're right. Let me bring those up.
Pictures.
Yeah, you're right. I'm bringing them up right now. So thank you for pointing that out. Hang on one second. Share. Let's look at Ukraine. There you go. So, there you go.
This is very pretty.
I think, if I recall, did that say they have some overhead shots? Clearly, there must be an overhead shot there where they're all looking at the camera. You can see the floor LED has like something really, really pretty on there. Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Lots of golden. We saw that one earlier. It's non-descriptive a little bit. She's going up that slope that we were talking about earlier, mixed between brunettes last year's and like the rock from Teya. They're kind of like in a somebody circle there, two people.
I want to see a wide shot. I hope that they have a wide shot of the stage.
You ask, so you shall receive. So that's a wide shot. You can see actually the cubes there.
Yeah, they're using the cubes.
Yeah, at least in this picture, we don't know what the camera work will look like, but I assume since they're using this really pretty color on there, and I would assume that's what they're doing. And then they're singing to each other. Okay, so that's where she's walking. I think that's the slope on the left. Is that the little rock thing, right? So she has to walk towards it. And yeah, it's the same picture, basically. It's just a close up, and then that's her again. Okay, is that the stage, the slope again in the back? Yeah, as you can see a little bit. There's like a light at the end or something like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the stage. And then we're back at the first shot. Alessandro, I'm going to ask you first on this one. What are your thoughts just looking at the pictures?
It looks stunning. Like, I don't like. It's getting tiring. Like, Ukraine always does it so right. Yeah, like. It's like,
how is that? I just don't have. I know every time, every single time. It's just ridiculous. So, and I will say, I'm personally not even like crazy about the song myself. Like, I don't connect to it, but I can acknowledge that just based on the pictures alone, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. And yes, we have to wait and see the rest. But the first impression, I think, is top notch in my book. How do you feel, Jonathan?
Well, first of all, one thing I noticed now, which I love, is how they use the colors to represent the shift in the song. So during Alyona's part, the rap part, they're changing to silver, and her entire stage is just silver. And when they're back to the duet, or more of like Jerry's part, it's golden. And so it's a mix of silver and gold. And I think that would be very pretty. And I think that they're very clever with how they used their outfits, which are very light colored. So whatever color you project on them, it reflects back. And that is very clever. I really enjoyed that. And of course, I love the box. And I really like the song. It kind of grew off me a little after a couple of listens, but I still like it enough. And I think that I think that, yeah, it's a good job, and Ukraine knows how to stage, so that's what we expect from them.
It's always, it's hard to even explain it sometimes, because how there are countries, like not just like for like a few years, but for like 10 years or longer than that, always on point, and then other countries cannot figure it out. And it's just amazing to me how consistent, or the opposite, inconsistent, some other countries are, and how certain, like, even like what I know, there are a lot of things, people complaining about Sweden in terms of like fabric, manufactured, not as crazy about the songs, but they are always consistent about the staging as well, whether in like Ukraine falls in the category. So there are certain countries who just always so good at it, and then you have other countries who just can't figure it out. Germany is of course always even the UK has been hit and miss, at times. So I mean, so often a lot of misses. They have like, people don't look at UK as harsh, because they had like a good result a couple of years ago. But it is just very, very interesting how this is all pans out. So we're just waiting on the Croatia pictures. So hopefully they'll come up soon. Any questions, by the way, in the chat at ESC United? So I was going to ask you all what your favorite Big Five countries, but we already know the answer. It's Italy for both of you.
Can you say the second favorite, because that's interesting?
Okay, let's do that. Who's your second favorite? Starting with you, since you brought up the suggestion.
Well, first question: are we considering Sweden or just Big Five?
Yeah, let's call the direct qualifiers.
Okay. Then it's a tough competition, because I have two that I really enjoyed this year. One of them is Sweden, shock. The other one, which I think is very underrated, is Germany. I think that Germany actually did a good job this year. And despite the song being like, it's a pop song that you'd hear on the radio, and that's good and all. But there's something about Isaac that is just so like, he's adorable. The song is like, it translates through. And I think that this is the exact right amount of radio-friendly pop to actually be able to hopefully pull Germany out of the bottom five for once. I really do believe it.
So low.
I know.
Like, wow, we got 20th place. We are amazing. Sorry.
No, but I do believe in Germany this year, that they knew what they were doing, picking him. He's lovable, and I think that that's also what kind of worked for Sam Ryder back in the day. He's so lovable, and despite being a great vocalist, he was just able to pull everyone, like being glued to the screen and vote for him. And yeah.
Because Alexandros and I, we talked about Germany earlier as well, and we're kind of on the same page on that, right? We think that this could actually be a better year for Germany than a lot of people anticipate. Is that fair to say, Alexandros?
Exactly. I still don't understand the hate towards Germany this year. Like, is it something wrong? Like, I'm seeing like something wrong. Like, Germany is like has like this perfect song, this like very radio friendly, very different from the last few years where it was like an up and down kind of moment. Like, this year is like a very crazy song. This year is a very boring ballad song. Like, now this is like the perfect combination. It's like a ballad. It has like very nice lyrics. The Isaac is very nice, as you said also. The whole thing is great. Like, I cannot see the Germany not entering the top 10 this year. I cannot see it. Like,
I was, as you all know, I mean, if you guys, I was out of the loop because I was sick for a little while, so I didn't listen to any of the songs until like, a few weeks ago, actually, and I knew that Germany was strongly disliked. So when I went into the reaction, I was like, I'm going to hate this one probably as well because, my home country, so I'm going to be extra picky. I'm like, I guess I don't get the hate. Yeah, is it my top 10? No, maybe not quite, but
yeah.
I think it's a really good, solid song. And I know this Euro jury thing that just happened, that came 5th, right? So there is certainly people who really like it. So we'll see. But I think Germany is also, as we mentioned, inconsistent with the staging. So hopefully they're going to figure something out and make it work. So we shall see. So Alexandra, so we asked a question. Do you agree? Which one is the other country that you're really interested in in the direct qualifiers besides Italy?
So for me, it's like Italy, Germany, Spain, maybe France, and then Sweden. Am I forgetting?
UK.
No.
UK didn't mention. Maybe for the better, apparently. So let's move on smoothly and safely.
I was trying to remember what's the song from the UK, and I was like,
Dizzy.
What's the UK
Ollie.
song this year? Yeah, Dizzy. Okay, maybe I like it more than Sweden. So, like, second to last. So for me, it's like Italy, Germany, Spain, France, UK, and Sweden.
All right. Next question. So we've got to wait for the pictures at ESC United.
Wait, what about you?
Oh, I forgot because I mentioned them already. Yes, I'm
right.
but I can mention.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't watch it. Get out. Get out.
I watched the beginning. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. So I said, actually, I really like the direct qualifiers, a lot of them this year. So 3 of them are in my top 10. And one of them just misses out, which is Germany, who just missed out. So I have France and UK in my top 10. So those are the 2 that certainly stand out to me quite a bit here. So I would mention those. Thank you, by the way, Aussie Rose, for the actual link to the news section. That's where they post the pictures, I guess. You never know. So question, what do you think of Spain? Eric is asking. What are your thoughts, Jonathan, on Spain this year?
Are you sure you want to start with me?
Alexandros, what is your thought about Spain this year?
Why?
Okay, Matt, I'm going to answer first.
I really like it.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Do you like it?
Me?
Yeah. What do you think about Spain?
Should I answer?
Yeah.
I really like it. I love the song. I love the energy. I love the lyrics. I'm trying to learn Spanish now, so I kind of understand what the song says. But I also Googled it, of course. Okay. But I really like it. It's different. It's funny. It's I know that everyone liked the other song in the Spanish in the Benidorm. I can't remember the title of the song, but I know that everyone liked this other song. But I think like it was too much of a copy from Chanel from
Oh, really?
2022. It reminded me of the dancing and the whole thing with that. So I prefer something new. I prefer something that I haven't seen from Spain in the last few years, because we have seen these type of songs from Spain.
Yeah. So to add to that, so to me the song, the song reminds me a little bit in terms of genre. I'm not sure if those who watched last year's Benidorm, that song that came through, Noche Entera, I think. The Noche Entera. It has like a similar kind of feel to it, and that song I loved, right?
No.
Really? I love that song. It was quirky, a little bit more quirky, a little more fun. So it has like a similar vibe to me, the song, but I'm not quite as smitten with the melody and the progression of the song. And the voice not necessarily like stand out to me either. So it didn't have the melodic like necessity for me to grab onto the song that I'm just like, yay. So it's not for me, but I think that it's gonna have televote support. But I am concerned about the jury vote, that this could be a single digit situation in the jury vote for Spain. The televoters may save it if they get it. If they don't, then that would be trouble. But yeah, so me personally, I'm okay with the song. I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh my God, I'm feeling it. Okay, Jonathan, you had a minute to think about it. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, first of all, I'll start by saying that I love Spain as a country in Eurovision. They have many, many, many great entries. And I think that this Benidorm Fest was a great Benidorm Fest. Yeah, I think that this Benidorm was great. But yes, I'm not into this one. And you compared it to Noche Entera as well. I was not into that one as well. I don't get that genre personally. It's just not for me, this like disco feely. Yeah, it's cute, but in the end, I need a bigger hook to connect to. And actually, I was rooting for Angie in Benidorm Fest. She had that rock song, and that rock song was amazing, in my opinion. I really want Spain to send rock. And they kind of did by proxy with San Marino this year. But so I got what I wanted, but from a different country.
There you go, right? No, I mean, yeah. I get where you're coming from. I totally do. But let's real quickly talk about Croatia. We have the first group of pictures up on Instagram. So I like his outfit better already than what he had actually in the national final. Okay, so they have, is it 2 male dancers? Was that a female? No, it's a male dancer, I think, pretty sure. No, I was wrong. It's a female dancer. I just saw so many apps there, I guess. Maybe I just, I was like, it's probably a guy. So it's the same dancers, actually, I'm pretty sure. So
so we're going for green. Huh.
Yeah, that's not the color. I mean, maybe it's just a short moment. Maybe it's not that much green. We'll see. So there are the fireworks. It's a far shot here. So they're keeping it close to the national final, I think, but making it Eurovision stage. There's smoke, as you can see. And we do know they're going to have a lot of effects here. So, yeah, so they're keeping the 2 dancers. And then there's a guy on, what is he on? Meth? No, I don't know. I can't tell what. Oh, these are just drums. Okay, it looks like he was standing on something. Oh, yeah, it's just the drums. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's standing on like a rock or something. It's just he's standing up by the drums here. Okay. So, yeah, so you can, let me go back here. So blue, orange, green, there's a little yellowy here and there. It seems like they're changing the colors quite a bit there. So I don't know if these pictures truly represent the color scheme of the performance. So what I will say is, let's wait for the camera work, because we know now that the staging is heavily national final inspired. I think, I'm not sure if it was you, Jonathan, who said it, or maybe it was Alexandra, I don't remember, but it felt empty a little bit in the national final of the stage, and they need to make sure that this is not going to be the case here. But we work with the best of the best here when it comes to staging, right? So I am somewhat confident that this won't be an issue. So I withhold my judgment. So we didn't get like a crazy out of nowhere gimmick like we saw with Finland last year, you know, that with that big box, or any like what we saw with Poland right now. So it's a little bit more on the expected route, and I'm okay with that because I do think the song itself, you know, is awesome enough to make it stand out. So Alexandros, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the pictures look great. Like the whole day, like every picture looked great. I don't think we had like a bad picture. Maybe like the one from Ukraine, where like we see like one of them being like in a neutral moment. I don't know what that picture was and why they uploaded it, but like everything looks great. I think the green is also from the national performance. They also had green there at some point at the bridge.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So if they're keeping it the same with the with some visual effects, so it doesn't feel empty, it's fine for me. Like that's acceptable. Like in the content of like let's not make it too much. Let's make it enough. Let's make it enough. So for that, I'm okay. But of course, I want to see like what the footage is, what the camera angles are.
Yeah, no, that is fair. So, and I will say we didn't get to see that LED that they mentioned about the cats and all of that stuff, you know, and the animal farm, Farmville situation. So that'll be another cool moment. And yes, we get that one big pyro moment on the picture, but we didn't get all the other stuff that is happening. So I think the pictures themselves may not give the staging justice. We may say predictable, but 99.9% of the people have not seen the performance, you know, watching Eurovision. So we always like, we need something new and fresh, something we have not seen in the national final. Like, no, it's not really, you know, Lorraine didn't change anything. I mean, except for having a smaller thing because, you know, the limitations in the staging. So, and she won. So it's not surprising to me. Anyways, Johanna, what are your thoughts?
Generally, it's about what we've heard from the description that was posted on the Reddit blog, and I think it's good. It looks good. Is it enough for winning? I'm not certain. I'm not certain at all. But the thing is, this is a very open year, which is why I'm very excited about it. Like there are like these top 4 that any of them can win, and I still hope that there could be like a shock surprise of someone sneaking into the top 5 outside of those 4 or 5 contenders, because I want to see more surprising things happening outside the odds. But generally, it's a good song, it's a good staging. If you can keep up the live vocals, it should be a top 5. I don't necessarily think it's enough for the win.
Okay, well, that is fair. I mean, honestly, I'm not there yet either right now. It's because it's the open year, as he said, so I'm struggling as well to pick a winner right now. I'm not ready to give it certainly to the Netherlands. I am also not ready to give it to Switzerland just yet. I could see kind of like a situation we had in 2019. Even though Duncan Lawrence was the betting odds favorite, he just snuck into coming 3rd with the juries and 2nd with the televoters, you know.
Exactly.
So Mahmoud almost won, you know, that way as becoming 4th. Like he could have won as well. So it could have been, there was just such a weird combination, you know, with both the jury vote winners underperforming with the televoters, and the televote winners, like Norway, underperforming with the juries, and then, you know, somebody else sneaks in. So, and I see a lot of that happening here. Even like Croatia may not do as well with the juries, great with the televote. Switzerland could do great with the juries, maybe slightly lower with the juries, and then slightly lower with the televote. I could see easily Italy being the Duncan Lawrence of 24, you know, of 24, something like that. Because I think Italy is one of the few songs I can see do well with both groups, and that is very, very important in the outcome here. So that's why I have my eye on Italy as well. So it is going to be interesting. Somebody said there's another gallery out. Are they talking about the gallery on the website or just the let's see here.
I don't think they meant the app.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying like the app. Yeah.
They are there. I got them.
Ooh, okay.
Hang on. Yeah. So let me bring those up. So everyone, silence. We gotta look at the pictures. Okay. There's no going back. Yeah. Okay, there you see him again. There's a lady in the back. Okay, I know this movie. All know what he does. Is whoa, you know.
Yeah.
My anxiety attacks. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of green there. Not my favorite color in general, but you know.
Ooh.
I just
Not a lot of
wish
people
they
use
didn't
green.
go with green because of the direct comparison to Karya, obviously, when people will
Oh,
see
see,
that.
I didn't think about that. That's true. But it's not just green, to be fair. You know, he has other colors
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, they're using like these side lights.
So there's a keyboard player to the right as well, as you can see there. Right? Is it a keyboard? Or what is it? Piano? No, keyboard? Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there are the two guitar players, all wearing face keenies.
So many faceless dancers this year.
I know, it's like a thing, like everyone is just, I should do the live stream like that. I need to buy a face keenie and just do the whole show tomorrow like that. Okay. We saw that one earlier.
For some reason, I think like green works better here, like than Finland last year. I don't know why, but I think like here green looks more on point with the song rather than last year it looked more funny or you know, like not exactly about like it wasn't the vibe of the song.
And as RJ points out in
vibes,
chat,
like,
yeah, everything looks much more slick in those pictures. I agree, whether it's his hair, his look, you know, more like a rock concert. I think they went the right way on it. I think, yeah, they just cleaned it up a little bit. That is true. I agree with that observation. Oh, yeah. In case you didn't know if there was any smoke.
Well, now we know.
Now we know. Where's Carl? Oh, is he doing like a split there, or what's so hard to see? It looks like, you know, his legs, you can barely see him.
But it looks painful either way.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to think about it. Yeah. So we saw those. So, Jonathan, any other additional thoughts seeing those pictures?
Clean is definitely the word I'd use to describe them. It looks slick. It looks professional. It's good. It's good. I wonder how it will finish, but definitely it's enough to win the semifinal. I do think that.
I'm still disappointed we didn't get to see the farm.
I know. I wanted to see that LED.
Yeah.
I guess we have to wait maybe for the TikTok, or they may even not show us that either. So, yeah. So your thoughts, Alexander, anything else? Did it change your mind? Did it just confirm? Or what are your thoughts on this pictures?
Well, for sure, I have to say like more, like the TV video that they have, like with the 30 seconds, like when they show the camera movements, I mean. But like it looks sleek, like where the shot is where he's like down and looking like it's very powerful, like his motions, his face. I like the hair that it's like in the back, like
gel back.
back.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's a very, from like this in Serbia, I think they can easily go like to top 2 for this day, for the first day.
Well, some people make comments about that we're making so many comparisons to Finland last year and that it's unfair. I'm like, keep in mind, it's very natural that you look at most recent successes, you know, and see, you know, how they would apply to this year's, whether it's with Lorraine or with Finland, Lorraine, the country of Lorraine, I mean, Sweden, and Finland or Norway, whatever it may be, you know. So it's a common
the country to Lorraine. It's
the country Lorraine, yeah, that changed the name. I mean,
the country of Lorraine.
They probably should at this point. Yeah. So,
but unfortunately, I need to go now.
Okay.
So yeah. But I will see you all here tomorrow, and
Yes.
it was a blast having a chat and seeing all the rehearsals.
No, not a problem. We'll be done sooner anyway. So have a good night. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Then we can wrap this up, because what it is, I was just going to wait for the what you call it, the Ireland TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh, it's up. TikTok for Ireland is up.
Oh,
and
Ireland.
Johan just missed it. Oh, we just enjoy this 2 by ourselves. Huh?
Well,
Okay, let's get this going. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Here is. Oh wait, I got to
Yep.
up again. I keep. So once again, I may have to mute it at points because copyright's a bitch. So here we go.
Hey, what's up? It's Bambie Thug. I'm finally in Malmo and I'm super excited to show you
I don't
my
understand
art
Irish.
on this massive stage.
Okay, I couldn't even understand her. I'm gonna turn it down while there's just a clips playing. You know, it's not even her performing.
Yeah.
So you can see the thing here. Oh, there she is. Oh, there's a lot of cuts here. I need to watch that again. I didn't even see much. I'm gonna pull it. Be like this. No, it's hard to get cuts
Hey,
are
what's
so
up? It's Bambie
short.
Thug.
You
I'm
could barely see anything, right? But it looked
Yeah,
nice.
some
but
clips are longer and some clips are
yeah,
less.
it's just there's so many cuts
Yeah.
that you could barely see anything. I mean, it looks kind of like what I would expect based on the picture, so I'm certainly not disappointed. I just didn't get more out of the TikTok clip than I would have liked. But yeah, the editing was questionable, for the lack of a better word. What do you thought when you saw the TikTok clip?
Yeah, I think like it's the smallest one that we've gotten today. Like I think the Cypriot one was like longer by a lot. Like it had so much like raw seconds from the rehearsal, and this has like 10 seconds or I don't know, but I really like the candles that she lights them with her hands. I thought they were real candles at first from the photos, but now that I've seen that she does this and they light up, yeah, they're fake. But I really like it.
Yeah, it's all the witchcraft theme that they're leaning into, right? Which makes sense based
Yeah.
on the looks and the feel of the song, and it's clever to do that.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna look really good. But yeah, the clips themselves are a little bit underwhelming because we just didn't get to see anything. I don't know if it's up to the delegations to pick these particular clips or if it's just done by the producers, but I certainly didn't get too much out of it here. So we have to wait and see. Now, the problem is now, of course, that Ireland was the last country to rehearse before the lunch break, which was like 4 hours ago or something like that. So I do not anticipate.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been live for over 3 hours and I came on almost like
wow.
an hour into the lunch break. So it's so I don't anticipate at least for another hour or so the next clip, so we don't have to stick around for all of that. But now that we've seen all of the at least pictures, do you stand by what you're saying, Alexandros, that Ireland is the biggest surprise or positive moment for you?
I think Ireland and Serbia are for sure the top two, like based on the photos, of course. Like when we see the whole performance, maybe it will change. Maybe because I have to like explain that maybe now we're saying like, oh my god, the photos look great, the staging looks nice, perfect, everything is glamorous, everything is perfect. But when you sit down and watch the 3 minutes of the performance, maybe you'll get bored, maybe you'll get like tired, maybe you'll get like it gets in your head, all the camera movements, all the stage effects, the props, and all that. So, and for now, Ireland, Serbia, and Croatia, I think, are like the top.
Yeah,
for me.
For me, in terms of like pleasant surprise, I'll call it that. are, I agree with you, Ireland for sure. I will also put Serbia in there, not because it just the feel was really, really nice about this one. Ireland for the reasons we've been mentioning, but I will also throw in Ukraine because I think they once again nailed the staging. Because as I said before, the song to me is fine. It's not like one of my favorites per se this year, but I can acknowledge that the staging has so much potential again. And I was maybe it shouldn't have exceeded my expectations because it's Ukraine, but yet I think they did it anyways. So I was really
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, and Croatia to me right now seems like exactly what I was thinking was going to happen, and I'll just have to wait for the camera because I feel as we are also underestimating Croatia's impact for the reason we haven't seen really the juicy part, you know, the pyros
The farm.
and yeah, the farm exactly. So that is what I am definitely thinking. So tomorrow we already established the countries that we are looking forward to. Not forward, like we're curious about. But those who don't know who is rehearsing tomorrow, it'll be the second half of Semi 2. Semi 1. That would be weird if Semi 2, Semi 1.
Yeah.
And that starts with Hera Bjork from Iceland. Then we're moving on to Raven from Slovenia. Windows 95 Man with Finland. We got Natalia Babu returning to Eurovision after 17 years. Almost from Moldova. Then Fareh and Ilkin from Azerbaijan taking the stage. Electric Fields, they almost went to Eurovision in 2019. Now they get to go in 24. They will rehearse. Yolanda from Portugal will rehearse. And then last but not least, welcome back Luxembourg, Tali and Fighter will take the stage. Isn't it exciting to have Luxembourg back after all these years?
Yes. Yeah. And I really liked their whole selection. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I didn't watch it. I only saw the winning song, obviously. But
yeah, they did a great job. Like for after like 30 years, was it 30? Is it 30?
Yeah, 30 years. I think 93 was the last time I want to say they took part.
Yeah, they did an amazing job, like doing their final and their national final. So
yeah.
I'm also excited about Luxembourg tomorrow.
It's going to be interesting. Once again, tomorrow we'll be live and we'll go through some of the stuff. We kind of always have to play it by ear only because, you know, we don't get all the information. The second round of rehearsals will be a lot different because it's going to be more like boom, 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 right? The things will pop up quicker because they only rehearse for 20 minutes. They're going to be, because there's usually right now 15-minute breaks, I think, between each rehearsal. There will be 5 minutes. So it's going to be a lot more, much quicker. So I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. We have so much more to talk about, but I will put up more videos. I will react to some of the other TikToks as well. I want to give my review in more detail because right now I didn't have enough time to think it through. Alexandros, I hope you had fun today.
It was really great. Like this is my first time being like in the whole live streaming rehearsal day, although we don't have like the videos like the old years, but it was so much fun. It was really fun.
Yes, and we'll do more of that. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Make sure you're gonna be active again tomorrow. We need your questions, your input, and your help with all the links because, you know, we have 18 different websites that Eurovision puts their stuff on, so we always have to jump around trying to find it in time. So your help is always appreciated. So have a good night, everyone, and keep look out for all of our videos and our articles.